Hey everyone, what is up? Welcome back to Fate Stay Night. So the last episode, or two, if I split it, I still haven't made up my mind, was amazing. The Gilgamesh encounter, the drama with Saber, amazing. Frankly, I really don't even have much to say. I just need to keep playing. There was so much potential lasting consequences of these past 1 to 2 episodes, and I need to see them. I need to see what's going to come of the fight with Gilgamesh or the drama with Saber. I'd assume something will come, but most of that, right? So I'm looking forward to see it. So anyways, let's go ahead and jump right in. I don't really want to wait. Just how I am, impatient. I opened my eyes. I don't know when I got back, but I'm in my room lying on my futon.
ああ、気がついたのですね、シロ。
Yep.
セイバー、俺はどうして
Because you got sliced in half? Someone had to bring you back.
あれから今まで眠っていたのです。体の方はほぼ完治していますから、心配には及びません。
Yeah, this dude he's definitely, got what is it, the sword attribute? I don't think it was called attribute element? Whatever it is, whatever it's called. His is definitely swords. Tosaka was definitely right.
そうか。それはいいけど。
The swords, like, connecting his body together, that was just absurd. What about Saber? She used Excalibur. She may not even have enough magical energy to heal herself. I mean, she draws your magical energy now. She's probably fine.
セイバー、ずっと俺の手当てを。
I mean, I don't know how fast she gets it all back, but...
手当てと言っても、汗を拭く程度です。
バカ、そんなことしなくていいんだ。今は俺よりセイバーの方が辛いだろう。
そのようなことはありません。シロに比べれば、私は軽傷です。
Yeah, especially compared to you. Your wound was fatal 100 out of 100 times for anybody like that is a normal human, except you, so...
しかし、今のは聞き捨てなりませんね。いくら傷が塞がったと言っても、シロは死んでもおかしくない傷だったのです。
Bro literally got split in
今は自
half.
分の体を案じてください。
He got split in half and he's worrying about Saber more than himself. Saying so, Saber reaches for the wash bowl beside her. There's a cold towel in there. After squeezing the water out of it, she wipes my sweating body. I'm really embarrassed.
シロ、傷が痛むのですか？また熱が出てきたようですが。
Boy, that's probably blush.
熱なんか出てない。いや、そうじゃなくて。いいからセイバーも休んでくれ。今は元気かもしれないけど、エクスカリバーを使ったんだ。セイバーの方こそ休んでなくちゃダメじゃないか。そんなんじゃまた倒れちまうだろう。
I feel like he's underestimating her magical energy.
まあ、
Is he
それ
not?
はそうなのですが。
Okay, fair enough.
今は私の方が元気ですから、マスターの傷が癒えるまで、私が守るのは当然でしょう。
Fair enough. Actually, now that I think about it, even during the Rider fight when she used it, right? Like, during the Rider fight when she used it, she collapsed afterwards. And that was before, getting her magical energy, but she shouldn't have used up too much by then. Probably a decent amount in the assassin confrontation. But that's probably why she didn't collapse, but I can't imagine that she feels good right now. It's okay, Shiro's right. I think I was overestimating, maybe. Unless we get some new information saying she has so much magical energy she can Excalibur twice or something. In which case it really shouldn't be a big deal, but...
それはもっともな話だよな。
Crap. I can't object if she says so with that kind of an expression.
分かったよ。俺もしっかりと休むから、セイバーもちゃんと休んでくれ。セイバーが休んでくれないと、俺も落ち着いて眠れない。
Guess that's the best way to resolve that.
それはそうですね。私とて睡眠を取らねばならぬ身ですから。
Saber nods, squeezes the cloth, and puts it on the side of the wash bowl. So, I let Saber take care of me and suppress my embarrassment.
それでは、 私も先に休ませていただきます。
Alright, bet.
御身くれぐれもお大事に。シロ。
Guaranteed he's out of bed in like 10 minutes.
あ
おやすみなさい。言いそびれましたが、礼を言います、シロ。あなたが助かって本当によかった。
I am too. Odds that he leaves his bed within like 5 minutes. Pretty high. I could see him sleeping, but I could also see him leaving and going somewhere. I don't know where he'd even go though, maybe the shed. Saber is smiling in the moonlight. Did it look ephemeral because of the weak moonlight? Ephemeral? I think that's ephemeral. I know the word, what it means. I just didn't know how to pronounce it, I guess. The sliding door is shut before I can find out. I don't know if I'm happy or lonely now that Saber's gone. I did want her to stay by my side, but that'll be a burden on Saber. If we stay like that, it'll just be like that night. I shake off the image in my head. Too many things happened today. It was only a day, but it felt like a week. Yeah, I fully believe that. That was one drama-packed day. The date with Saber was more troublesome than fun. We ended up having an argument and I left Saber alone. And the town got nuked by Gilgamesh. No, I have to rest for now. I can think later. There's not only Gilgamesh, but Lancer as well, and his unknown master. Is there? Would he have jumped us before dealing with, would Gilgamesh have jumped us before dealing with Lancer? Maybe. We can't win unless we start over in our best conditions. It happened a few hours ago. She said something about me being her sheath. I was badly injured and about to fall asleep, so I couldn't ask her why. You just gotta think about the legend, bro. The sheath that protects her, right? And it's like, because the thing was, who was it? Merlin. I almost called him Merlinus. Too much fire. Merlin, he was saying, what do you like more, the sword or the sheath? And, you know, it was obvious for Saber, you know, the sword. But he was saying the sheath protects her and she can't die while that sheath is there. Or while she has the sheath. It might have been while her sword is sheathed, not while she has the sheath. So she's just saying, you know, he's gonna protect her, and as long as, you know, he's there, you know, she's not gonna die. And if it is that it's when her sword is sheathed, right? Like, I don't know, it might even be some kind of never mind, actually. I'm gonna say something like, you know, it might be in her eyes she doesn't have to fight, but maybe she does kind of think like that, but at the same time she has no intention of staying and fully intends on fighting until she gets the Holy Grail, so it doesn't seem accurate. I can't fall asleep. Saber's dream, her resolute face in front of death, and her face when she nursed me overlap each other. Good night. The frailness of her smile won't get out of my head. A smile that never showed up on the girl in my dream. She says that it makes her happier when I smile. It's vexing. Why is it vexing instead of saddening? I don't know why I'm annoyed to the point of anger. I smack the futon. I'm about to rage around because of this unknown irritation.
シロ、体の具合が悪いのですか?
Yeah, she ain't go anywhere. Just thinking. I hear her worried voice from the other side of the sliding screen. I was out of breath, so it must have sounded like I tossed around because of pain.
いや、大丈夫。それよりも、まだセイバーは起きてるのか?
No, she's asleep. That's why she's talking to you.
はい。ですが、本当にシロの方はよろしいのですか? まだ苦しいのでしたら、そちらに行きますが。
No physical pain here. No, it's better if I go over there. No, that's bad. Something I've kept in myself would overflow if I see Saber right now.
セイバー、少しだけ話いいか？
はい。このままでよろしければ。
We start talking through the sliding screen. Maybe it's because I can't see her, but I recall the smile I last saw on her. Saber was smiling happily. My frustration increases instead of calming down. That's abnormal. I guess I get I get it, but the fact that he thinks about her smiling and is frustrated, right? Not because she is smiling there, but because he's thinking about how she never smiled before. I don't know why my body is heating up, but I need to talk to Saber. I have to say that it's wrong. I don't know what's really right, but I have to tell her that I'm not wrong about this. My tongue and throat tremble. I can't turn back once I say this. Fully acknowledge it and...
もういい。いいから。お前は自分のために笑わないと。
Jeez. This has got to be a new song. I don't think we've heard this one yet. I like this song, but it seems kind of different than a lot of the stuff we've heard. Honestly, it reminds me a lot of Edge of Dawn from Fire Emblem Three Houses. Like a lot of the instrumentation, the background at least instrumentation, and just kind of, I don't know. Not this part, really. This does not remind me of Edge of Dawn at all, like in any way whatsoever. The song's kind of odd. I don't know, maybe I need to listen to this one in the old version too, at some point. See if it feels any different. I like this song. It just seems different. Anyways, but about the line. It's a really nice line. I hope Saber takes that to heart. I think Shiro does too, but... I'm pushed by an unknown impulse and say this.
Shiro, そんな、どうして?
She doesn't even need to ask. I'll keep repeating myself until you realize it.
セイバー、もう十分なんじゃないのか。お前は頑張ったんだろう。一人で戦い抜いたんだろう。なら、セイバーが幸せにならないなんて嘘だ。
I hope eventually she takes this to heart.
お前は立派に誓いを果たした。なら、このままアルトリアに戻ってもいいはずだ。
何を言うかと思えば、まだそんなことを言うのですか、あなたは。
Yes, hopefully this conversation doesn't go bad.
ああ、ずっと言い続ける。そんなの惚れちまったんだから仕方ないだろう。だからセイバーは、いや、お前はアルトリアに。
I suppress my sudden fury. It's about to burst out. Saber only needs to say one thing before that.
シロ、私を困らせないでほしい。そのようなことを言われても、私は。
Her answer doesn't change. I didn't think it'd be that easy. It'd be convenient, but my heart aches at her determination.
シロは私の過去を知って、私の中に何度も入ってきた。私の答えなどあなたは知っているはずなのに、どうしてそこまで私に構うのです。
I mean, he already said the reason a few times. He is in love with you. He wants your happiness.
私がどれほどの罪を重ねてきたのか、あなたは見てきたはずなのに。
So it really is just all of her self-doubts coming back to her. Yeah, I did. She sacrificed many people in the name of the king and killed many enemies. I don't tend to ignore that or pretend it didn't happen. But still, even knowing that, I want the girl named Arturia to become happy.
それがどうした？この感情が何かは知らない。俺はただセイバーをこのままにしておけないだけだ。セイバーは笑ってくれ。俺はもっとずっとセイバーと一緒にいたい。
The childlike unilateral confession. Within the silence, I wait for her answer. What is Saber doing on the other side of the sliding screen? Are my words reaching her? Oh, we on some Your Lie in April now. I guess Your Lie in April was on some Fate.
私の答えは変わりません。
We know. We know. He's not gonna stop bugging you about it though.
王の誓いは破れない。ふさわしくなかったとはいえ、私は王として国を任せられた。その責務を果たせなかったというのに、そんな自由は許されない。
Man, Saber's self-doubts are just awful, man. Not in like a writing perspective, just like they're fine from a writing perspective. I like it. Just, man, it kind of hurts to see like even like somebody like Saber, who's like one of the most legendary heroes ever, right? Feels she didn't do enough, failed her country. I can't hold myself back any longer because her voice sounds so sad. Uh-oh, don't do something you're gonna regret, bro. I don't want to hear the lonely oath to be the king instead of her words as Arturia. I already know that. I didn't become this vexed to hear those screams. I kick my futon. In front of me is the sliding screen separating our rooms. Oh, is he busting in? The sound of the sliding screen feels distant. My mind blanks out. Why was I so angry? Why was I so sad? Her eyes shake as if about to cry. Her gorgeous neck and slender shoulders. Her golden hair reflects the moonlight just like when we first met. I'm embracing her when I notice. I embrace her so hard that I could break her, but she doesn't resist. Oh Lord. It's different from that night. I didn't feel like this back then. What a ridiculous story. I wanted to become a superhero. I never fell in love with anyone, nor was I ever unwilling to let go of anyone.
Saber.
Feels like she'd disappear if I don't keep holding her. Whoops, I thought that said chill. I don't know how long I've held her, but I finally figure out that she won't disappear and loosen up.
シロ、突然に何を？これは一体どういうことですか？こんなことをされても、私は。
She moves slightly in my arms. Her lips tremble and try to say something, but I close them with a soft touch. Her body is slightly trembling. I'm staring at Saber, but I'm not seeing anything. In its place, my lips feel Saber's kindness. Our lips part. Saber's hand on my chest pushes us apart a bit.
シロ、今の口づけは。
Finally, the full CG. Good lord. That kiss was what? Amazing or awful? A mistake? Yeah. Does she want to say it's a mistake? She looks up at me with a face about to cry.
間違いなんかじゃない。何度だって言うぞ。セイバーが好きで、このまま話すことなんてできない。それが嫌なら言ってくれ。俺とはマスターとサーバントの関係に過ぎないと断言して否定してくれていい。
卑怯な、そのようなことを口にしろというのですか？あなたは。
I think he's saying you can, not you have to.
あ、セイバーがはっきり言わない限り、もう我慢しないからな。セイバーが拒まないんなら、俺はやりたいようにやるだけだ。
Okay, I guess. Even if it would make her temporarily forget her determination to be the king. Good boy. A long silence. I keep holding her and feel her softness. She's still tense, not wanting to be embraced. All we hear are our breaths and the beating of our hearts. How many times did our hearts beat? Saber slightly puts more power into the hand on my chest. She pushing him
あな
away?
たの気持ちには応えられない。あなたがその正しさを変えられないように、私にも変えられないものがある。できるのは、せめて許されるとしたら、それは。
Her pause aches my heart. She bites her lip, trembles, and says this as if to make a confession that this night is unforgivable. But still, her unresisting body and her wavering eyes tell me that only this one night. She wants to stay like this until the night ends.
Saber, 俺は
I raise my hand to embrace her again, but
宝具を使いましたから。白から力をもらわないと、私は戦えません。
don't you have a magic circuit now? Is this supposed to be another H scene? This is totally another H scene coming up, isn't it? Her quiet voice stops me. I can't say anything. That reason is her best absolution and her biggest modest wish.
ああ、そうだったな。けど、ちゃんと動いてるのか、あれ。
はい。今でも白からの供給は続いています。
We speedrunning the process?
ですから、回復するためには、こうして。
Be close to each other like this. That's the limit. This is the distance between us, a girl bound by her oath and myself who cannot destroy her oath. Saber moves within my arms. This is 100% an H scene in the normal game. At the same time, the feverish heat in my body returned. My arms panic at her warmth. I'm painfully aware of her softness and slenderness. I'm ashamed for panicking. Saber's cheeks are red as well, and she looks embarrassed.
ですので白、今晩は共にあなたと眠らせてください。剣と鞘は共にあれば、その力を取り戻しやすい。それに、あの儀式と同じように、より心身を近づければ。
I nod back. Happiness overwhelms my embarrassment. I guess it gets at least one night. Gonna be with Saber until morning. We can't touch each other anymore, but we can still be close using our hearts.
よかった。では、白。
It's something, right?
今夜は私が支度をしますので、先に部屋に戻っていただけませんか？
Sure. Saber stands. I'm reluctant to let her go, but I can't be like this forever. I head to the sliding screen. Good lord. I turn back to look at Saber as I close the screen. With her hands at her collar, Saber shyly returns my gaze. Feels like I'm doing something impure, so I quickly close it. For some reason, I sit Japanese style on the futon as I wait. I'm gonna be sleeping together with Saber. Just the thought of it causes me to dance inside my head. This is to help Saber, and also to grant her small wish. Saber may be able to smile someday if we pile up such small wishes. Hey, I mean, yeah, I guess so. Maybe enough small things will get her to change her mind, right? Probably not, but... Well, I can't help but feel like they would not end this game with Saber disappearing. Would they? That'd be a brutal ending. Very, upsetting. I don't know. Would they go the happy ending route? You know, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But the battle is nearing its end. Will we have enough time?
失礼します。 シロ。
The screen opens. I shake the depressing thought from my mind and welcome Saber. I turn around and see... I quietly swallow my breath. Yo, I'm just saying. There's no way that's what that CG looked like in the normal game. I'm willing to bet. Her white figure shows up in the darkness. With that, my agitation disappears. It's probably because she's too beautiful. My agitated mind comes to its senses and clears up.
おかしいでしょうか、この格好は。
No?
いや、そんなことない。ただ眩しくて困ったんだ、きっと。
I murmur strange things such as how troubling it is for a girl to be too beautiful. Saber wouldn't understand what I mean, but my mind won't move unless I say this.
そちらに行ってもよろしいですか、
That's
シロ。
quite the cut, huh?
ああ、うん。
I notice for the first time how her small toes look beautiful. Alright. Saber makes her way over. I draw back and spread the futon. I realize that I need another pillow, but it's too late now. Saber and I are sitting by the futon, side by side. There's only one room and one futon, but Saber's with me. I have no dirty thoughts, but my face is burning and I can't even sneak a glance at Saber. And there ain't no way there's no dirty thoughts in the normal version, man. I'm just saying. There's no way.
お先にどうぞ、シロ。
いや、セイバーこそ先に。
No, we'll make no progress like this. I slip under the futon and make a space for Saber. I try to give the pillow to her, but she quietly pushes it back towards me.
これはシロに。私はその腕を枕にさせてください。
Saber making the moves here. She's making moves. Big money moves. She murmurs such a thing. Saber's in my arms and is surprisingly calm. I'm not hugging her, but rather, she's settled in there. Sword and sheath. I recall Saber's words. Saber's about to fall asleep using my arm as her pillow, and she looks like a beautiful sword in its sheath. Her warmth and her faint smell calms me down instead of exciting me. It seemed unthinkable that I was ever worried about falling asleep with Saber. Saber holds out her hand. I take her hand under the futon and clasp it. We quietly fall asleep. But before that,
セイバ
I call out to the girl laying beside me, "Don't ruin this!" by saying something stupid. I want to ask her in the end, to hear her reply to my question.
感じますか、シロ。これなら朝までには魔力の補充ができる。これで明日からあなたのサーバントとして戦います。
That seems more of a tomorrow this is over, right? Tomorrow it is just master and servant. Maybe she sticks to that, maybe she doesn't.
ー、セイバ
今はそれだけです、シロ。
Correct.
私の役割はあなたの身を守りきり、聖杯を手にすることだけです。
ー。それは
そうでしょう、シロ。この戦いを終わらせるために戦うと決めたのだから。
Yep. There's that. I don't think that's really what he's fighting for anymore, but got flashbanged. That white screen, good lord, went from pitch black to bright white. That's something I can't argue against. If I want to do something about our problem, I have to end this war beforehand. First of all, I can't protect Saber unless we defeat that man who's after Saber. Wait, am I an idiot? Oh, she doesn't mean like all of the wars. Never mind. I think, at least. I don't know. Doesn't really matter that much. Doesn't seem like that's what he's saying. But, do we have a way to defeat that King of Heroes? We grow quiet and stare at the darkness. How long were we like this? My tired body wants to take a rest and my eyes start to close. But our clasped hands are warm.
Saber.
はい。考えるのは明日にしましょう。
Yeah, bro, slump. It is slump time.
明日になれば良い案が浮かぶかもしれませんし。それに
Wouldn't want to ruin the moment. I would like to sleep like this for now. She says so while gently clasping my hand.
そうだな。俺もそうしたかった。
ええ。おやすみなさい、シロ。目を覚ましたらまたいつもの私たちに戻りましょう。
Yeah, I don't think Shiro wants to do that, but I guess he might be forced to. I close my eyes with her close to me. My last vision of Saber sees her smiling warmly. I don't care if that was just for this night. Right now, her hand is warm. That's more than enough for me right now as I fall into a comfortable sleep. We approach the end of this battle, without knowing if we would be able to keep our hands connected even after everything is over. What was I reading? I was about to say protect. Alright. That was a way longer scene than I realized. Good lord. It was 30 minutes? I looked over, I was like, yeah, we're probably like 10 minutes in. Nope. Alright. Well, on to the next day. So, I don't know. I guess in Saber's mind, they sleep together the one time, like literally just sleep together. I mean, in this version at least. There's no way in the other version that wasn't like worse than that, right? I feel like that was totally an H scene in the normal version. Maybe I'm wrong though. But not super relevant. Anyways, I guess in Saber's mind, she just wants that to be a one-night thing, right? And wants to end it after that and just go back to being master and servant and finish this war. I don't think Shiro wants that, but I think at this point, I don't think he's going to give up trying to change Saber's mind, but I mean, it seems like Saber has her mind made. I could see this game going either route, where he finally bugs her into changing her mind and living for herself, or it's like a tragic thing where that never happens and they end the war, right? And she has to disappear. I don't know. I could see either, frankly. But, well, I guess today's the day where they're back to master and servant, right? When I wake up, the sun is already way up. The sunlight coming in from outside is faint, and the room is dim. I feel like it's still last night and shake my head violently. I wishes it was still last night, but...
外は曇りか。道理で目が覚めないはずだ。
Seems my sleep-deprived body caught up on sleep, taking advantage of the darkness of the room. Seems it's already past 1 o'clock, good lord. I mean, that's not that weird for me, but like for a normal functioning person like Shiro, it's pretty late. Oversleeping this much can't just be called sleeping in.
Saber, 起きてるか?
There's no answer. Saber's sleeping next to me, slightly curled. I wake up and I'm not sleepy anymore, but Saber has to recover her magical energy. Considering how long she slept before, she probably won't wake up until dinner. Yo, Tosaka's totally like... Has Tosaka walked in yet? Has she seen this? If she has, she will 100% relentlessly mock us. Or act weird, just in general. One of the two. I leave the room, trying not to wake Saber up. There's no need to wake her up right now. The contest begins at night. I don't think Lancer or Gilgamesh will appear during the day. So I have to come up with a plan. Putting Lancer aside, Gilgamesh will certainly come again tonight. I don't even need to think about it, considering his personality and the murderous intent he showed last night. Oh yeah, no, for sure. If he doesn't, he will show up. Like, he will find you guys. Or at least make an effort to. Unless he has some plan that revolves around him waiting like another day for a guaranteed murder. That doesn't seem likely. But what should I do? He has an infinite supply of noble phantasms, and one of them even exceeds Saber's Excalibur. Berserker was a difficult enemy to defeat, but we still could fight him even though we were inferior. We could look for a chance for a comeback even when he was pushing us. But he's different. It won't even be a fight right now. He uses that noble phantasm called Eo, we will all die.
手を考えないと日没まで時間がない。
Yeah, it's literally just going to be through projection. Like, that's, I think, the only chance he has. There's no solution if I think on my own. If Saber, Tosaka, and I can't think of a plan, then...
教会監督役であるあいつなら
Is he going to?
何か
Is he going to go to the church? Again? He might know a way to overcome this situation. King of Heroes, Gilgamesh. Kotomine Kirei said that he would find some measure against that survivor of the last Holy Grail War. We can't find a countermeasure, but that priest might have already come up with a plan. Is he that clutch? That'd be really clutch. I go up the hill. The sky is filled with gray clouds. I feel like you really should have waited on this. Like, what if you get jumped by Lancer? The church is the only thing at the top of the hill. There's no one in sight, not even the sound of birds. Is it because of the dark sky? It looks more ominous than holy. Metaphorically, it feels like a gallows. Going up the long hill, through the large courtyard, prosecuted before God, and falling to hell.
なんだ例え話になってないなそれ
Yeah, that was really in-depth. From the beginning, a church is a place where people die. A hospital is a place where they try to prolong life, but at the same time, it is also a place where people face death. The church is the same. In those terms, no place has more deaths than here. I suppose, yeah. The wind is cold. Fastening my collar, I go up the stairs to the church.
Kotomine, 話があってきた
Well, it is dark in here. I enter the chapel. There's no one in here either.
Kotomine,
He'll probably pop up out of nowhere again. Is he in the back again? Walking between the chairs, I walk to the altar. Pat, 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 pat. A dry sound echoes through the chapel. Must be designed for echoes as one person's footsteps fill the room.
Kotomine, いないのか
I call out in a soft voice. It's certainly strange. I should be calling out in a loud voice if I'm calling for someone. I know he's somewhere in the back, so I should be calling out in a loud voice. But I advance keeping my voice quiet, my footsteps quiet, and suppressing my presence. There's someone else here. Does he... Watch Lancer just roll by? Is it because the chapel is so magnificent? I feel like as soon as I reveal my presence, something will surround me and cut my head off for disgracing God or something. You just gonna go to the back and find Kotomine himself? I pass through the chapel and get out into the courtyard.
確かKotomineの部屋は
I advance with quiet footsteps. The church is complicated, and I don't know where Kotomine's room is. My memory is vague, so I know I won't be able to get there. So what's the goal? Something. Ooh, uh-oh. There is something here. I control my breathing. My throat is dry and it's hard to breathe. Why? Even though the hallway is cool, sweat forms on my brow. I stop calling out and examine the surroundings with all my senses. Do I have such... I don't know why. Why I'm walking silently, why my heart's beating so fast, why... An ominous feeling in this place. Is Gilgamesh here? The same words repeat in my head. Go back, go back, go back, go back. You might want to listen. Kotomine isn't here, so you don't have anything to do here. Go home since you're by yourself. Your decision is a mistake. Your actions are a mistake. Your chill is a mistake. Go back, go back. Go back. This isn't bad. There's nothing bad here. There's nothing here, so go home. What is going on? I feel sick. I feel nauseous. At times like this, my chill is correct. Yeah, it has been, so leave. My sense for danger is good enough for an amateur magus. That's why I can't stop. Suppressing my pounding heart, I look for Kotomine's room. You are so stupid. You are so stupid. I swear to God, you are so stupid. Oh, man. Is Kodamine, like, dead in there or something? We gonna find Gilgamesh or Lancer? We're not gonna like what we see. And in that way, I run into the darkness. Underground? I see stairs in the darkness, and a small indent between the walls one would normally miss because of the shadows in a narrow staircase. I shouldn't go down there. I'd bet money on it. I'm going to go down there. Kodamine won't be down there. No one will be down there. There can't be. Down there. Ooh. Is that spacing hiding a word from us? There can't be down there. What? Corpses. There can't be. This is down there. There can't be your down there. I shouldn't go in there. My neck stiffens. Go back home or go down the stairs. Okay. The intelligent choice is to go back home. Are we making the intelligent choice, though? I don't know. I'm kind of intrigued by what's down the stairs. Right? There's a chance that just gets us killed. Pretty decent chance, actually. Right? I could totally see it. I don't know how going back home would or could be a bad end. But I think I am too interested by what is down that staircase to not go. Even if it results in us probably dying somehow. I don't know. It doesn't feel like going back home could be dangerous. Could it? It feels like we probably should just listen to his instincts. Definitely corpses, that's what that's saying. I think I'm gonna do it, just to know. And if it's a bad end, it's a bad end, right? Like, oh well. God, I'm worried about what this could be, though. Ugh. Gonna find like Shinji's corpse. It's possible. I think we're just gonna do it. I'm just too intrigued not to. If it's a bad end, it's a bad end. I entered the darkness. It's a room made of stone. The lights aren't on, but the room itself is glowing blue as if it's a living thing. The intelligent thing to do was 100% to not do this. And if I die, I die, but it might be used quite often as the temple isn't dirty with dust or mold. How deep is this? I look up the stairs I've descended. The staircase is built along the wall in an arc. I must trace out a perfect half moon, as I can see the start of the stairs about 10 meters directly above me. Is it because there's no light? The arcing staircase that connects this underground and the outside world reminds me of a centipede crawling through this temple. And I notice the door. Under the stairs. The symbol in front of me, beyond it, an entrance to darkness is open. I approach the darkness as if drawn to it. I go through what appears to be an entrance into the place. Is it damp? The floor feels slimy and it's hard to walk on. Oh no. It's like the time I cleaned the swimming pool at school. The feeling that bog moss covers the floor, and the feeling that my leg would rot every time I step in it. I stop. It's because I'm scared by the nasty feeling of the floor, but more than that, because I smell an awful stench. I plug my nose and reflex. The smell isn't momentary, but ongoing. It's not the smell of meat, but it's not gunpowder either. Is this formalin? The smell of medicine fills this room. My senses were numbed as soon as I came underground. I don't feel any chills or pressure anymore, but still. My heart beats like it's expanding to twice its size, and my hands are vermiculating? Like they're going to crumble into pieces. What is vermiculating? I'm not going to kill the tension by looking that up. And the worst thing is, my eyes have gotten used to the darkness. What is this, man? The darkness fades. A drop falls somewhere. Is that a signal? The things I couldn't see before are engraved into my eyes instantly. It is a living hell that's somehow familiar. There are corpses. There are corpses. There are corpses. There are corpses. There are corpses all around me. The smell of medicine covers the smell of death. That's the cause of the dripping sound. Water is dripping into the corpses' mouths. Oh my god. The slightly open mouths take in the water. It must have been like that for many years as the lips are swollen and rotten, and the jaws are decomposing on some. I tell myself that this isn't happening. Who could these people be? My only guess is it's the other victims of the last Holy Grail War. I don't want to think that such a thing can happen, but I can't deceive myself. I can tell in a second, even though there are this many corpses. No one is dead in here. Oh my god. That is terrible. What? What? They're alive. These things that can only be perceived as corpses, these things that used to have human shape, are still quite alive. I remember a news story I heard somewhere. It was a story about a whale. About a guy who survived for a month after being swallowed by a whale. That huge creature has a huge digestive system to maintain its huge body. The great thing is, the creature has two of them. The first stomach is where it keeps all the fish it swallows. The next one is the one that digests all the creatures it stores. So, the man who was swallowed lived for a month being slowly melted into lightless, warm, stinking meat, lacking in oxygen. In a stomach full of dead fish, he lived for a month as his clothes and hair melted. A month, not knowing when he would be sent to the stomach. And then, some fishermen killed the whale, and when they were cutting it apart, a smooth and slimy human came out of the stomach like an alien. Ugh! Is that a real story? Or is that just like a creepypasta? Yeah. It's a tragic story, but this is just as bad. Why are they alive? That's the question, right? Every corpse is deformed and they lack too many of the human characteristics. No limbs. Those that have had them cut off. Those that have had their ends decomposed, leaving only the bones. Those who are ground down in the cracks in the floor. Those who have become homes to bugs splattered on the walls. No matter how they came to be that way, they have no limbs remaining, and all of them are worn out like rotten trees. I don't even need to know why. Corpses are being eaten by the coffin. I don't know how it works. It's just that the corpses are stuck to the coffin, and the coffin is sucking nutrition out of the corpses. The flow of life. The coffin is sucking up magical energy. No, something close to the soul. Slowly. So not to kill the ones it leeches off, and so as not to allow them to live. The sound of the wind that sounds like sobbing. Seems like screams coming out of the corpses' mouths. Their throats have already decayed and they cannot let out voices. It has already become just an organ to keep them alive. But still, the corpses are crying out. In an almost inaudible voice, they scream with all their might. It must be the pain and the fear. They continue screaming, unable to stand losing their form and being eaten alive. I hear a sound. The coffin in front of me gasps, oozing. An eye drops off as it turns its neck towards me. But still, it stares directly at me. The swollen lips move a little. It speaks in a voice that's not even a voice. Where am I? And asks me that question. I'm right on the verge of screaming. No, I can't even scream now. Where am I? It doesn't say it hurts, nor does it ask for help, but it just says it doesn't understand why it's here. Is that the reason? He was like that before he realized it. He lived normally, went to sleep naturally, and was gasping here when he woke up. His limbs are already gone, sucked by that coffin, rotting away from the ends, unable to move, and he can only believe this is just a bad dream. I might go insane. My heart might break. From this scene and from this terrible spectacle. But why? Why do I recognize them? Oh no, I was right! They're all the orphans from the last Holy Grail War. He was supposed to be here. He was supposed to be here. That's what I was worried about, man. Remember they all got taken to the church? Nobody ever wondered what happened to them. This is what happened to them. They've been leeching their magical energy. Is that how they made another Holy Grail? Is that how they got the magical energy? Please don't. I hope I have some big misunderstanding right now. I have never seen them, but I recognize every one of these corpses. This is the first time I've seen them. They're people I shouldn't know. They're people unrelated to me, but why are they? As if knowing me, staring at me. Yeah, that flashback too. He knows. I have another question. Is it some coincidences, or do the sacrifices have to meet this condition? Why are all the corpses here children of the same age? And then...
Yeah. よく来てくれたエミヤシロ。
Hi! Suddenly, I'm tapped on the shoulder from behind as if being greeted by a friend. My body freezes at this sudden event, and I can't even turn around. But I don't even need to turn around to tell who the person behind me is. Kodomine Kirei, the priest of this church, the man who made this hell, and a devil I must not meet more than anything else in this place.
全く間が悪い。そろそろお前が来る頃だと思ってな。食事の準備をしに行ったのがまずかった。そうだ。前回はろくなもてなしができなかっただろう。私なりに気を使ったのだが、入れ違いになってしまったか。
It seems so. I can't talk. Priest's hands are heavy on my shoulders.
だが、不法侵入は感心しないな。そのようなことをすると、見なければいいものを見てしまう羽目になる。
Yeah, we sure will.
例えば、
Will.
そう。お互いの関係を白紙に戻さざるを得ない真実を知ってしまうとか。
Yeah, it sure did. The priest's voice is more cheerful than I've ever heard it. Kodomine Kirei, standing behind me with his hands on my shoulders, is definitely smiling. That's why I'm frightened.
どうしたエミヤシロ。話をしに来たのだろう。黙っていては意味がないぞ。拍子抜けだな。それほどこの光景は機械かね。
Yeah? The priest says inhuman things in a cheerful voice. Does this man not feel anything when faced with this? I don't even need to tell him this scene is outrageous.
なんだ、それは冷たいな。お前にとっては不快でも、そんなことはないと言ってやるのが情けだろう。そもそも、 彼らとお前は兄弟のようなものだ。お前がそのような態度では彼らも救われないと思うのだが。
Yeah, definitely the... Oh no. So I was totally right. Maybe not on why they need the magical energy, but who they are. Just now, what did this man say?
お前今なんて。
この死体たちとお前は仲間だったと言ったのだ。形はどうあれ、お前たちはあの地獄から生還した者たちだ。血肉のつながりはなくともその絆は兄弟のそれに近いと思うのだが、どうかな。
Yeah, he knows. Oh no. I see. That's why I thought I recognized them. This is the continuation of 10 years ago. And this place is the continuation of that hospital room. My head spins. Children who lost their homes and parents. They were supposed to be sent to an orphanage and stay there until they found someone who would adopt them. But I was adopted by Emiya Kiritsugu before that, and I did not know what happened to them afterwards. I avoided thinking about it. The orphanage was the church on top of the hill, and I could have gone there anytime I wanted to. But still, I hesitated. I felt it wasn't fair for me to get adopted, and then go see children who didn't get adopted. So if I was to meet them, it would be in town. That's fair, I guess. That guilt. In a different way. We would meet accidentally, be able to talk normally, and we would be over the fire incident. I was looking forward to such a meeting, thinking that we would surely meet as it is such a small town. So why have I not met even one of them?
こと見ね
そうだ、エミヤシロ。エミヤキリツユに引き取られていなければ、お前も彼らの一員となっていた。
Yikes.
わかるか？お前はまたも一人だけで助かったのだ。
Ooh, yikes.
周りの誰もが平等に死んでいくというのに、お前だけが輪を乱して生き延びた。どうかね。自分自身大した不平等だとは思わないか？
My pulse returns. My frozen body defrosts in an instant.
いや、私は責めているわけではないぞ。むしろお前のそれは喜ばしい。エミやシローの生き延びる才能は大したものだ。実際、私もお前が最後まで残るとは思ってもいなかった。
Okay, he's not wrong, but...
だからこそ、最後はこうして兄弟たちに再会させてやったのだ。
Yep, he's gonna kill us.
お前は本当に運がいい。ここは今日限りで閉める予定だったのだが、ギリギリで間に合ったな。今まで10年間、サーバントの餌にするために彼らを生かし続けたが、それも終わりだ。やり始めた時ほどの濃い魂の摘出は望めぬし、もはや餌の必要もない。あとはお前とお前のサーバントを仕留めるだけになったのだからな。
Say it ain't so. There is no actual way. Oh my god. He's the one who's been feeding Archer. Was he Archer's master in the first place? Or was he not? Oh man. Wow. With that word, I break all restraints. I move my body, which had been bound. I fling the hands off my shoulders, throw myself forward, and turn to face the priest. Is Gilgamesh there?
こと見ねお前が
I face him, placing enough distance between us. In that moment, I feel a powerful shock from behind me. That's weird. I can't breathe. A sharp horn is growing out of my chest. The horn looks like the head of a spear. Wait, Lancer? That's strange. How can a spear be growing out of my chest? Is he... I thought it was Archer. I mean, he could just be using a spear.
ああ、そういえば言っていなかったな。改めて紹介しよう。彼が私のサーバントだ。
Is his servant Lancer? I turn to look back. There, a blue spearman is standing, piercing my chest. Yep, okay. It was Lancer. Wow. I can't say I saw that coming. So wait. What's he been doing this for then? Was he still the one feeding Archer? Is that why Lancer's still alive? The lance is pulled out of my chest. At the same time, sharp pain runs through my head as if to burn my brain. The floor is painted red. I'm lying on the slimy floor. I push on my arms to get up, but my body is too heavy. I can't move. Not because I'm bound, but because I lack the things people need to move. This is brutal. The pain in my chest exceeds the blood loss's power to drive me unconscious. I can't pass out. I've taken fatal wounds several times before. They were all so bad that they even numbed my senses. But this is different. It's a fatal wound, but the pain is too real. I mean, the legend is that... Don't, like, thorns, like, grow out of the, like, Guyvolg after it stabs you. My vision spins. As soon as I black out from the pain, I'm awoken by the next pain. I can't feel my limbs. I can't even tell where I am. Are they gonna do him the same way they did everyone else? All I feel are pain, nausea, and the temptation that it would feel so good to just disappear.
殺してはいないだろうな、ランサー。それでは今まで残していた甲斐がない。
I can only hear voices. What? He killed us already. Like, what do you mean there was no point in keeping him alive? He killed us! And tried to kill us again! I have my eyes open, but I can't see anything.
命令は守るさ。たとえそれがいけすかねえものでもな。
Lancer's voice shows no emotion, but I can barely hear it now.
よろしい。では支度をするぞ、ランサー。マスターの窮地はサーバントに伝わる。
ことみね。
Whoops.
このガキ、そこまでは持たねえよ。死なせたくねえんなら、血止めぐらいはしとけ。
不要だ。死ぬのならそれで構わん。
Goodness, man. My mind starts to pass out. Pain finally overcomes my brain and allows me to faint. I stop that by digging into my wound. The pain starts again. My fainting mind returns to the burning world again. I want to die. I want to die right now if this pain's going to continue. I know that. I know that, but if I faint here, I also know that I'll die. Does he think there's an out here? I can't even remember what I'm doing now. I feel like I'm floating in this white, burning pain. But I grit my teeth and hold on to my disappearing consciousness. I mean, I might need to use a command spell. Can he even use the last one? They made it sound like the contract is over afterwards, after the last command spell. I can't let it end here. I can't retire so easily. I still have a promise I haven't kept. If I believe she's more important than anyone, I can't just disappear here. You disappeared. No! Is this not a bad end? At the same time, I can see this being not a bad end. In a ridiculous way. Because I feel like they wouldn't have revealed Lancer's master, right? In a bad end, would they? I feel like they would have just had us die right there, right? Now the question remains, why was he feeding for 10 years worth of magical energy? Was it all for Lancer? Did Lancer need it? Oh, goodness. Did Lancer need the magic energy like that bad? Or did he need it to like summon a servant? I don't... Unless he was feeding Gilgamesh, right? And I don't know, decided to have two and make things interesting. I don't know. Because Lancer shouldn't need that much magical energy. And what would he have needed it for in the past 10 years unless Lancer was also in the last Holy Grail War, which Saber never said anything about? I mean, again, I guess the only way to really know is to keep progressing, right? I assumed that was for Archer. I was so sure. Was I wrong? Is that not what the magic energy was? The timeline lines up like perfectly, which is why I was so sure of that. But if he's not the master of Archer, right? Or not the one who has been giving him magical energy, what did he need all of that for? I don't understand. This is probably one of the times where I need to just play and I'll get the answers, you know? I just gotta say, that whole scene was absolutely monstrous. Disgusting. Wow. I didn't think Kirei was like a good guy, but I didn't expect that. Leeching magical energy from orphans for 10 years. That is a whole nother level of evil. Goodness, man. Goodness. I really did not expect this at all. Oh, okay, let's just get back to it. That whole last scene. Just that basement is awful, man. What would have happened if we hadn't? I guess we don't know that this isn't a bad end. I was going to say, what would have happened if we turned around? When she wakes up, Shiro cannot be found. She thought he might be preparing a late lunch, so she makes her way to the living room, but she can find neither Shiro nor any lunch.
また一人で出歩いて。出かけるのなら声をかけてと言ったのに、どうしてシロは人の話を聞かないのか。
Because he is stupid. She complains to herself and sits by the porch.
まったく。一人で出歩くのが好きなのはわかりますが、これでは協力している意味がないではありませんか。
She swings her legs, not knowing what to do. She's gonna feel he's in danger soon. She soon loses interest in that and looks up as if pondering. The whole sky is shaded in gray. A canopy of clouds is drifting slowly, and an opening can be seen in the distant sky. It should be a clear sky tonight. Once the stars can be seen, tomorrow can be predicted. She still remembers how to read the stars, something she learned from her magus. She only used it to ask if her way was right, but she thinks about predicting a certain person's future, just for tonight. And if possible, a bright future. Yeah, he might not have a future at all right now. She wants to predict the dangers ahead and guide him in the proper direction. The one she worries about is so reckless that she can't sleep unless she does so, you know? It's quite reckless, huh?
さて、問題はこの町から観測できる星の位置ですが。
Come to think of it, she's never looked up at the sky until this day. All she cared about was winning the Holy Grail War, and not reading stars for someone else. She knows it's not like her, but she still tries to read the stars, and she waits for nightfall to come. Honestly, this is a big change in her thinking. She continues to stare at the sky, thinking it's just like the young girls in love she's read about in her stories.
ああ、セイバー。シロがどこに行ったか知らない？
Okay, so we just see a clear shift in Saber's mentality. She's just thinking about Shiro like that. I don't know, maybe there is a chance that she decides to save herself. And probably not because of that, but it might have an effect. The fact that she's thinking about Shiro like that might affect things, and that's a great question, Tosaka.
リン、
She gets up like a robot.
なんでしょう。私は別にシロの軍門に下ったわけではありませんが。
What? She says so with a red face.
あれ？もしかしてお邪魔だった？
Rin smiles in an evil manner. She's living under the same roof, but even without that, Emiya, Shiro, and Saber's reactions are easy to understand. She's sharp when it comes to others, so she already knows about them. So of course, she's aware of what happened last night. Yep.
まあ、からかうのは後にしておいて、冗談抜きでシロを知らない？イリアの熱が上がってるみたいだから、ちょっと手伝ってもらおうと思ったんだけど。
Ilia's fever?
イリアスフィールが彼女の容体は落ち着いたのではないのですか？
From when?
それがどうにもね。シロには黙ってたけど、あの子そろそろ限界よ。聖杯戦争っていう儀式が終わらない限り、元には戻らない。
That's...
あの子のキャパは破格だけど、それでももういっぱいなの。
Okay, so we just didn't know this.
今はまだかろうじて容量が空いているから余分な機能が働いている。けど満ちてしまえば一番不要な人間としての機能を捨てるしかない。イリアスフィールはね、聖杯戦争が進めば進むほど壊れていくように作られているのよ。
Huh? What's happening? Rin speaks annoyingly, but Saber does not understand what she's trying to say.
あ、いいのよ。今のはわからないように言ったんだから。イリアのことは置いておきましょう。
Ooh.
それよりランサーのことだけどね。あいつのマスター誰だか分かったんだけど。
Did you?
ランサーのマスターが判明したのですか？うん、まあ分かったっていうか、前から分かってたっていうか。実はね、ランサーのマスターは魔術協会から派遣された外来のマスターなのよ。それ自体はとっくに分かってて、ついさっきそいつのねぐらを見つけてきたんだけど。
That goes against the information we know.
リン、そのような危険なことは避けるべきです。敵の陣地が分かったのなら私に言ってくれればいい。私だってそのつもりだったわよ。けどさ、外から様子を探ってたらどうもおかしいのよ。で、留守っぽいなって中に入ってみたら、あったのは血の跡とレイジュが亡くなった左腕だった。
What? Excuse me?
それ以外は何もなかった。体ごとレイジを奪われ、しかもあの出血量じゃ生存は絶望的でしょうね。ランサーのマスターはとっくにやられてたのよ。
Did Lancer originally have a different master?
では、ランサーはすでにいないのですか？10日前シロを襲った後に他のサーバントに倒されたと。だったらいいんだけどね。結婚はもっと前のものだった。これどういうことかわかる？
Lancer was summoned and then somebody... What? Jugged their command spell? And is now Lancer's master?
サーバントを倒さず、
Yeah.
先にマスターを倒した。そうしてマスターからレイジュを奪い、ランサーと契約したマスターがいるということですか？ ですが。
残っているマスターは私とシロだけでしょ。けどランサーはまだ残っている。ってことはマスターじゃない魔術師がレイジを奪ってマスターになっているってことだけど、
Maybe
セイバー、
that's...
そういうのってできるものなの？
So is that what he needed the absurd amount of magical energy for? To become a master again?
いいえ、レイジの移植はマスターかサーバント、そのどちらかによるものだけです。いかに優れた魔術師といえど、レイジを奪ったところでマスターにはなれません。
So could it be somebody who was once a master? Like, is that the connection there? Is that why?
そう。じゃあもう一つ。
Yep.
マスターっていうのはさ、聖杯が消えてなくなってもレイジュが残っていて、かつサーバントさえ残っていればいつまでもマスターなの？
そうですね。リンの言う通りです。レイジュとサーバントさえ残っていれば、聖杯戦争が終わったとしても、
She knows
その魔
exactly.
術師はマスターとしての権利を。
She knows exactly who it is now. So could it be both? Was he Archer's master, but Archer never disappeared, and then he just formed a contract with Lancer? Saber realizes the meaning of Rin's question and swallows her words.
では、リンはランサーのマスターを殺し、ランサーと再契約したのはその。
This would have been a great conversation to have yesterday.
ええ、それ以外ないと思う。そう思うとランサーの行動にも納得がいくのよ。
But why he attacked you first?
あいつさ、他のサーバントの様子を探るのが役割みたいだったじゃない。戦えば自分の正体を明かしてしまうっていうのに、あいつは自分の正体を隠すでもなく他のサーバントにちょっかい出してた。それってつまりあいつは諜報専門だったってことでしょ？
同感です。私と戦った時も彼は最後まで戦わなかった。宝具を使った以上、見せた相手は倒すのが私たちの定石だというのに。
It's like an unspoken rule. I suppose it makes sense.
そう。だからランサーのマスターにはもう一人サーバントがいたのよ。
Yep.
ランサーに敵の正体を
So it
探ら
was
せておいて、
I was right.
その後
Okay.
に正体不明の戦闘性用のサーバントをぶつける。これって必勝法でしょ？
I was right the first time, and then kind of doubted myself. So he just has both. That's what it is. Wow.
まあランサーにしてみればいい迷惑だったろうけど、6人のサーバント全員と戦ってその手口を調べ上げた上で主の元に帰るんだもの。6人すべてと引き分けなんてある意味とんでもないやつよね、あいつ。
Yeah. Rin grows quiet and ponders. Did she follow suit? Saber feels a chill for no reason. Lancer's master has already been killed. An unknown master who uses a heroic spirit of that degree just to collect information. And as the master planned, the only servants remaining are Lancer and Saber. The enemy is such a person. Is it not dangerous to leave Shiro by himself even during daytime? Yeah, it was, and that's why he's dying right now. There were several enemies before, but there are no other enemies now. They only have to defeat Shiro. The enemy might not follow their previous plan.
リン、シローはどこに行ったのか知りませんか？
Hopefully not exactly where the master is. Ooh, wait, he is. Ooh, tough. Once she starts thinking like that, it will not stop. She cannot leave Shiro alone. Even now, Shiro might be in danger. In danger. Yes, he is, though.
どうだろう。知らないから聞いたんだけど、もしかしたら綺麗なとこかな。あいつ。
Are you just...
この間も綺麗なんかに相談しに行ったんだし。
You're just casually saying that? Like, did you not draw that connection? Like, oh, yikes.
あの教会に。
何をセイバー、怖い顔して。
Does she not know he was a master in the
含む
past?
ところでもあるの？
She doesn't know.
いいえ、そういうわけではないのですが。
That church is not a holy place. It is stagnated with death to the same level as the Ryudo temple. The instant she regrets that Shiro might be there by himself. Yep, she feels it. A vision of some other place pops into her head. Yeah, it's time to zoom. She glares into the distance. She looks in one direction, towards Kodamine Church on top of the hill. There is no time. Saber leaps out to the yard and jumps onto the wall.
ちょっとセイバー、いきなり何よ。
No time to talk. Peace. Sorry, Tosaka.
教会に向かいます。後のことは任せました。リン。
Without even turning to Rin, she jumps off. She runs like a bullet. She reaches the place without stopping or slowing down. Anybody saw her, it would have just looked like a sudden gust of wind. The wind is clad in silver and blue armor. Saber's armed as soon as she sees the enemy's territory. She did not intend to arm herself. She had decided to arm herself once she entered the church, but she could not help it. As soon as she saw the church, her mind burned up and made her arm herself. Yeah, it was the right call. Her chest is burning. The nausea that has been assaulting her is not hers. It is the chill coming from her master, a hopeless scent of death. She does not know what is going on. The only sure thing is that Miyashiro is on the verge of death. And there is no time. His wound could cause him to die at any second. That pain and the chill going around her body causing a sickening nausea. It is less than 1,000th of the pain Miyashiro is feeling. But she still cannot stop her nausea. Her master is wounded that badly. He will not live. She will not make it even if she rushes with Godspeed. He is dying right now, and she might lose her master in front of her eyes. The instant she imagines that, her rationality vanishes. She just has to rush to her master as fast as possible. If Godspeed is not fast enough, she just has to break through the reason of God. Unfortunately, this is God's house, and her enemy is God's messenger. Is Gilgamesh going to be here? Saber could take Lancer, but not Gilgamesh, I think. Or definitely not both of them. Her angry glare stares down the church. She crashes through the door and enters the chapel. Jesus! She does not see the chairs. She ignores the path, goes to the chapel, through the courtyard, and down the stairs leading underground. All that's left are the demolished walls and floor of the church. Incidentally, she's not that violent. She tried to open the door softly and did not put that much magical energy into her legs when she kicked off the ground. She merely could not control them. She goes down the stairs and reaches the underground temple. The sense of death is near. Actually seeing it, her anger goes over the limit. Anger toward herself and anger towards the enemy who did such a thing.
Yo, 悪いがそこまでだ、Saber.
She can't even hear the voice of Lancer blocking her way. She is straining at her limits, and it seems like she cannot loosen up no matter what happens. Her master is down in the darkness, in the back room. In the middle of the room full of live corpses, he is on his stomach. Blood is pouring out of him, and his gasping can be heard even in this temple. He is alive. All the while she is relieved, she shakes from having left him. Oh my goodness, I can't read right now. Too much hype. She shakes from having left him for so long in that state.
シロ。
Saber heads to the back room, but there's a guard in front of it. Holding his lance behind him, the blue spearman looks at Saber with fearless eyes.
Yo, 悪いがそこまでだ、Saber.
Psych? She does not hear his voice, so she does not stop. She just truck him?
てめえ、いきなり見境なしか。
It is as one would expect from him to block it while he was... It is as one would expect from him to block it while he was talking. Okay, so she swung, and he blocked. I thought it was going to be the other way around. Lancer blocks Saber's surprise attack, but could not defeat its power as he retreats to the wall. But that makes the hindrance go away. This is a whole new breed. This is a very different Saber. There's no time to fight Lancer now. She has to save her master, who is on the verge of death.
そんなに坊主が大事か？そりゃ構わねえが、ならなおのこと、俺を放っておくわけにはいかないぜ。
Just Excalibur him real quick. Probably a terrible idea, actually. Saber stops at the entrance.
それはどういう意味ですか、ランサー。
いや、何な。そいつの胸を串刺しにしたのは俺なんだが、実はこれは二度目でね。以前は確かに殺したってのに生きてやがったもんだからな。今回はね。
貴様。
Whoops.
シローにゲイボルクを使ったのか。
Wow. Had to use a noble phantasm.
安心しろ。心臓は外してやった。だが呪いはそのままだぞ。セイバー。貴様とてこの槍の呪いは知っていよう。因果を逆転させる原因の槍。 こいつの呪いを受けた者はよっぽどの幸運がない限り運命を変えられない。
Shiro could totally somehow survive this.
まあ単純に言ってしまえばゲイボルクによってつけられた傷は癒されることはない。呪いを受けた者は決して回復できず、死に至るまで傷を背負うことになる。この世にこの槍がある限りな。
That changes the air. Saber's eyes finally regain intelligence.
ようやく理解できたか。そこの坊主を助けたいんだろう。ならまず俺との決着をつけなくちゃな。
Imagine she just Excaliburs him and just keeps walking. Lancer's beast-like killing intent comes at Saber. It is true that Lancer is serious, but
正気ですかランサー。この狭い室内で僧兵であるあなたが剣士である私と戦うと、今ならば見逃します。その槍を置いて去りなさい。このような不本意な戦いであなたの首を取る気はない。
それこそ愚行じゃねえのか。一体どこの英霊が自分の相棒を置いてくってんだよ。俺は何も取引をするためにそいつを刺したわけじゃない。俺はな、お前と殺し合いをするためにここにいる。
there's no way this ends well for him, right? There's no dishonesty in his words. Lancer does not intend to let either of them leave here alive. For him, this is the first and last battle where he can go full strength. I guess he did kind of hold back before. Lancer's wish is not for the Holy Grail. He wishes only for battles appropriate to heroic spirits. Such a simple wish that should have been easily granted to a normal servant was never granted him until now. Therefore, he has no intention of losing out on what might be his last chance, even if it happens to be an unfavorable situation for him.
いいでしょう。ならばその槍を見事叩き切って捨てるだけだ。
Saber readies her invisible sword and faces the Blue Knight.
よく言った。白状するとな、貴様が最後に残ってくれて嬉しいぜ、セイバー。
Yeah, I was gonna say, that boy strained his voice. He started. Labor's lance runs like a flash of light. Saber confronts it straight on. The rematch begins with both of them executing powerful blows. Intermission out. Yep, we're back to Shiro, who is somehow not dead. Golly, that boy's on the brink of death, though. It hurts, it hurts, it hurts, it hurts. Jesus, man. This dude is holding on for dear life. All I can hear is my own breathing now. I might have a fever that could burn someone to ashes, as it feels like my brain is already melting and pouring out of my ears. Stop, 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 stop. I still can't believe Lancer had to use Guyball on Shiro. Something's wrong. Feels like I don't have a brain anymore, but my body still keeps telling me about the pain and my head accepts it. Help, 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 help. My head isn't the only thing that's empty. I don't know where my heart or stomach are either. The nausea is unbearable. There's nothing left to throw up, but the nausea increases without limit. I endure the infinite repetition with gritted teeth, and this music is so uncomfortable. It fits perfectly, but man, it is so uncomfortable. It's like making me feel nauseous. I can stay conscious. It's my pain, so only I have to endure it. There's no problem there. Give it back, give it back, give it back, give it back. So, the problem is the voices. My head is empty, and I can only hear my breathing, but these voices still echo in my head. I don't even need to think whose voices they are. It hurts, it hurts, it hurts, it hurts. I'm going mad. Every time I hear the voices, I'm stabbed in the chest. It's not scary. I just don't have any way to atone to them. Hey, 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 hey. So now he's even hearing the voices of those around him. No matter how much they beg for help, no matter how much I want to help them, I can't help them. I won't ask them to stop calling to me. It's just that no matter how much they call, I can't help them. That's why I think I'll go crazy if this continues. Return it, return it, return it, return it. No matter how much they ask, I cannot assent. All I can do is end it for them. I can only fix the contradiction of the living dead. I can only make the creator of this hell atone for his sins. I can't take back any sad events or miserable deaths. That's my limit. A superhero only exists to straighten out what has already happened. Who was it that said that? Archer. Since I denied those words, I'm being cornered right now. Actually, Kiritsugu probably said that too. To be honest, I want to run away. I have no way to save them. I can only listen to them. I have no miracle to grant them. I don't have enough power to deny his claim that a superhero is only so strong. And if I had a miracle that could save them, would I use it? I think about using the Holy Grail to save them. Oh wow.
来たか。そら、目を覚ませエミヤシロ。お前のサーバントがやってきたぞ。
I hear a voice. It's coming from right behind me, but I can't hear what it's saying. My vision is blurry. There's nothing in front of me. All I sense are the voices asking for help and the figures that are already dead.
よくやっているが、やはりセーバーにはかなわぬか。どちらにせよ、あと一人分のサーバントは必要なのだ。それがセーバーであろうとランサーであろうと構わないのだが、その前に選定をしなくてはなるまい。
I can't hear anything, but this man's voice echoes in my head.
さて、出番だ。もう少し前に行こうか、エミヤシロウ。
My head is lifted. The man grabs my head and pulls me forward. That lets me feel the man behind me. The man has swallowed black corruption. His heart is black, and it seems like he's surrounded by an unknown darkness. The black corruption reaches in from the outside world, and it's like a chain binding the man. I don't know what it means. Only one thing is clear. This man, Kotomine Kire, was just like me. His body had some kind of fatal wound, and he's compensating for it with that unknown something. As I heal using Saber's powers, Kotomine Kire is maintaining his corpse-like body with this black corruption. So he should be
そこまで
dead.
だ、
Huh.
セイバー。斧が主を救いたいのならば、
Has she already
その
defeated?
剣を収めるがいい。
She already defeated Lancer, and now he's trying to bargain? What is going on? My vision is still blurry, and I cannot even raise my head.
ランサーも引け。
Ah,
もともと私たちは聖杯を求める同士ではないか。そうむやみに殺し合いなどするものではないぞ。セイバーがこの男を引き取りに来ただけというのならば、喜んで引き渡そう。
what is he playing at here? A gloomy laugh.
それを信じろというのですか。ランサーのマスターを殺し、今また私のマスターを手にかけようとする貴様の言葉を信じろと。
Who is he talking to? I can't hear the voice, but the sound rings through my fainting mind like a bell.
信じたまえ。私はお前たちと争う気はない。季節してこのような形になってしまったが、お前たちが聖杯を取ろうというのなら邪魔はしない。
Then what are you doing this for?
もとより、私の役割は聖杯の持ち主を見極めることだ。ここまで残ったお前たちには十分すぎるほど資格がある。故に、望むのならば、今ここで聖杯を与えてやってもよいのだが。
こに聖杯があるというのか、貴様は。
あるとも。聖杯はどこにでもある。聖杯とはもとより形のない器だ。いつどこで何に呼び出すかによって完成度が変わるのだが、呼び出すだけならこの土地にも資格はある。無論サーバントが残り一人にならなければ聖杯は未完成だが、その出来でも大抵の願いは叶えられるだろう。それで満足がいかぬのならば、その時こそ最後の殺し合いを始めればよい。
So what's he doing this for then? If he's just offering us the Holy Grail, he's got to have something that he's like trying to gain.
いや、私としては気乗りがしないが、お前たちが望むのならば付き合おう。決着をつけるのはその時でいいのではないかな、ランサー。
よくはね、そんな回りくどいことをする必要はない。白黒つけるなら今すぐできるだろう。
この状況でか。室内ではお前には不利だろうし、セイバーとて主が気になって戦えまい。これではお前にとって満足のいく戦いとは言えないが。
That might appeal enough to him to get him to stop. A spitting sound. Seems the man has reluctantly agreed.
いいさ。なら一つ聞かせろ。聖杯ってのは何だ？あれは残り一人にならなければ現れないものじゃなかったのか？俺たちを呼んだ連中は初めからペテンにかけてたってことか？
Seems like it.
いや、事実ではある。
Oh, okay.
聖杯はサーバントが残り一人にならなければ現れない。
I'd assume that's under normal circumstances, though.
だが、聖杯を下ろす器は別だ。あれは初めから形あるものとして用意され、聖杯召喚の時まで力を流し込まれていく。残るサーバントがあと2人だけという状況ならば、すでに聖杯としての力を持ち始めていよう。そうであろう、セイバー。お前とて前回最後まで残ったサーバントだ。アインツベルンの用意した聖杯がどんなものか、うすうす分かっているのではないか。
There's no way, right? Is that why Ilya said she was in possession of the Holy Grail? Is it literally Ilya?
そう。聖杯は常にここにあり、生贄の地で満つる時を待
If
つ。
it's not literally Ilya, it's definitely something the Einsburns know about. Or know of.
だが、それは虚しいとは思わないか。何も残り一人になるまで付き合うことはない。お前たちの望みを叶えるだけならば、今の状態でも可能だろう。ならば、ここで意味のない摂取をすることもあるまい。
そうですね。確かに貴様の言い分は正しい。だが、だとしたら貴様は何者だ？貴様の目的は聖杯を手に入れることではないのか？
That's what I'm wondering, Saber.
私は選定役だと言っただろう。ふさわしい人間がいるのならば、喜んで聖杯は譲る。そのために、まずはお前の言葉を聞きたいのだ、エミヤシロ。
My body moves. My head is grabbed and my body is lifted. It hurts. The wound in my chest opens up. The pain makes my vision go white.
貴様！
案ずるな。ただ返事を聞くだけだ。聖杯は求めるものにのみ答える。己のマスターが聖杯にふさわしいかどうか、お前とて興味はあろう。
それは無駄だ。シローは聖杯を欲しがらない。私のマスターはお前のようなゲスではない。
He probably seeks it now.
ああ、この男は初めからそう言っていたな。だがそれは本心ではあるまい。あらゆる人間に闇があるよう、この男にも影はある。例えばそう、10年前のあの日、 この少年は本当に何も恨まなかったのか。その先にあったものを忘れることで振り払っているのではないか。
Hold on. What's he saying? The fire 10 years ago has nothing to do with this. This is meaningless. Nothing should come out of it.
その傷を切開する。さあ、懺悔の時だ。エミやシロ。
Oh wow, that's brutal. My back arches. My mind reverses like electricity is running through it. In place of my fading mind, a red vision appears. Stop. 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 There's no meaning in this. No one will be saved if I remember this now. And he's remembering it anyways. Everybody died. Everyone was dead. I was the only one wandering through the fire. The houses had burned down with burned up corpses under them, and sounds of crying came from all around. It hurts, it hurts, it hurts, it hurts. I walked alone. I sought help and I wanted someone to save me, so I kept walking, not looking to the side. Stop. All the while. How could I think that no one was asking for help from me when I could still move? Stop. Help, 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 help. Yeah, I noticed. There's no way I couldn't have noticed. I walked through it all. I ignored the voices sobbing in pain. I ignored the voices going mad trying to escape. I ignored the screams of those not wanting to die. I ignored the pleas of mothers wanting me to take their children. I even ignored the dying eyes that could not ask for help. I kept walking, only seeking help for myself. Wait, 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 wait. I was tired of looking at corpses. I was already tired of seeing people die in pain. I thought I couldn't save them. I thought they would die no matter what I did. That's why I never stopped. Stop. Give it back, give it back, give it back, give it back. I thought I had to live even a second longer because I had to go that far. If there were people who died without being able to do anything, as long as I could do something, I thought I had to live. Stop. But my heart was almost crushed. I held back my tears and walked on in search of an escape. It was hard to live on while ignoring the pleas for help. I knew it would be easier if I apologized, so I never apologized. I believed that would be my only sincerity, as I could not do anything. Stop. It hurts, it hurts, it hurts, it hurts. And we're seeing like the truth of what happened there. There's more to it than we knew. A little bit, right? Like, I didn't know Shiro just like did that, and that really helps explain his mentality now. Help everyone no matter how much it hurts him, right? Because he was the one who lived and didn't help people, and that survivor's guilt like chewed away at him. And as I wished, I alone was saved. The only ones at the hospital were children unfortunate enough to be in areas near where the fire occurred. I didn't want to know about it, but the man in the white coat told me. In that area, I was the only survivor. Stop already. I saw people dying in pain. I saw just as many sad people, because there was a funeral for all those who died in a big building. Every kind of sadness and affection for those that died. I thought that, just stop. Hey, 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 hey. I had to remember every single bit of it. It's only natural. That many people wanted to be helped, and not one of them had their wish granted. So, since my wish was granted, I thought it was only natural for me to take on their deaths. No, I could not hold my head up unless I thought so. No more. He's literally going to be driven insane. Give it back, give it back, give it back, give it back. That's why I frantically chased after Kiritsugu. For those I couldn't save and for the things I couldn't do, I admired a superhero who could save someone. What was me crumbled away as I ignored the pleas for help. I kept moving forward with an empty mind. No more. Please, 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 please. The people I didn't save taught me that I had to go on. What was lost within all that? I just thought about going forward in one place of all the people that died. In place, not in one place. I couldn't think of anything else. I sealed any memories before that so that I would never think about them. People kinder than anyone else. Memories of those who were my parents, so as not to recall them and go back. I sealed them tight, thinking I was already dead. Don't open it. It's not painful. Emiya Shiro was happy being adopted by Emiya Kiritsugu, so...
それを間違いだと思ったことが一度もなかったというのかね。
I'm telling you, don't open that. Pain. The pain in my chest pulls me back to reality. My nausea doesn't stop. My limbs are numb and my head is burning. My breathing is ragged. Return it, return it, return it, return it. Their voices are echoing in my head. I throw up blood. Is it because my body is dying, or because I cannot endure those voices? My chest hurts. My chest hurts. My chest hurts. I can't plug it even if I try. What hurts is the pain inside. It will keep hurting as long as the memory is there, and it will never heal. Is it an illusion? I see a figure that should not be here. So, I have to bear this. I can't think about wanting to die. She is here even in illusion. I have to act like I'm alright.
深い傷だ。これでは癒されぬままでは苦しかろう。エミヤシロ。お前はそのままで一生を終えるべきではない。
Okay, maybe you're right, but what are you playing at here? I hear the priest's voice. The voice is totally unlike him, filled with compassion.
お前は聖杯などいらぬと言ったな。だがどうだ。仮に10年前の出来事をやり直せるとしたら、お前は聖杯を欲するのではないか。
I feel like it'd be hard for Shiro, at least in the past, to deny that.
あの出来事で失われたもの、すべてを救うのだ。
Maybe in his eyes he can't really be a superhero if he doesn't undo that. If he doesn't save them.
あの事故をなくし、エミやキリツグなどにかかわらず、本来の自分に戻れる。それこそが、お前自身を救う唯一の方法ではないのかな。
Redo the incident 10 years ago? Redo myself who survived by not saving anyone? No, more than that. If I can make that incident as if it never happened so that no one would be hurt.
なんでそんな。
I shake my head. I reject that vision with my burning head. I spit at my own weakness. Because it hurts, it hurts, it hurts, it hurts. I hear their voices. My fingers feel the wet floor. Help. They all want to go back to that day. Yeah, I wanted that too, though can't have been as bad as you guys, even after Kiritsugu adopted me. I went to the burned field often to look at the scenery. I went to the place where nothing remained, opened the door that didn't exist, walked through the hallway that didn't exist, and smiled at my mother who wasn't there anymore. I wanted to return to the days before it happened. I awaited the day when I would wake from this bad dream. That didn't happen, and I accepted reality. But if I could obtain a world where it didn't happen and where nobody got hurt, that would certainly be...
さあ、答えよ。お前が望むのならば、聖杯を与えよう。
So is he gonna go back and try and change all of that? Or is he going to, like, accept that it happened and, like, move on? The priest with the Holy Grail says so. Return it, return it, return it, return it. If I wish, these voices will go away. Orphans like me. If fate had taken a slight turn, I would be there as well. So I don't even need to think about this. I don't need to think about it. So why?
いらない。そんなことは望めない。
I stare straight at the dead corpses, and I reject them. That is my answer. It doesn't matter what the Holy Grail is. I can't wish to regenerate the dead, nor to change the past.
そうだ。やり直しなんかできない。
If anything gets Saber to change her mind, it is this incident right here. Right? The fact that Shiro looked at the past, right, and had a chance to save all of these people and be the hero, right, and isn't doing it. Because in his eyes, you should never change the past, you should accept what happened and move forward with the future, right? If anything gets Saber to change her mind about this, it would be this, right here. Also, why does he kind of look pissed right now? I don't know if he is, but the lines on his forehead and his cheeks make him look mad.
死者は蘇らない。起きたことは戻せない。そんなおかしな望みなんて持てない。
My cheeks are hot. Every time I say such a miracle is impossible, tears pour out from vexation. I wonder why miracles wishing for such normal happiness are too much for people.
それを可能とするのが聖杯だ。万物すべて君の望むままとなる。
The priest says so, but I can't agree. Even if I could redo the past, I must not take back what has already happened. Because if I do that, everything would be a lie. Those tears, those pains, those memories, that cold reality that hurt my heart, all of it. There were people who died in pain. There were people who risked their lives to save others. There were people who mourned for the deaths. But then, everything were taken back and it did not happen. Where would all of those go? The dead people would not come back. Reality cannot be overturned. To continue on remembering the pain and the weight, isn't that how lost things remain? People will eventually die, and death itself is sad. But pain shouldn't be the only thing that remains. A death is painful, but it also leaves behind bright memories. As I am bound by these people's deaths, as I am protected by memories of Kiritsugu, I believe memories become constraints and change the people living now. Even if they're memories that will eventually be forgotten. Dang.
その道が今までの自分が間違ってなかったって信じている。
God dang. That is quite the, speech. Goodness, man. Wow. Wow, I don't know what else to say, but wow.
そうか。つまり、お前は。
聖杯なんていらない。俺は置き去りにしてきたもののためにも自分を曲げることなんてできない。
I declare so within my pain. I control the pain in my fading consciousness and manage to stay up on my knees. Then I finally realize I can't hear the voices. The voices aren't echoing anymore. I don't know how they took my answer. But it is sad that they closed their eyes without a single grudge. That is the answer her master arrived at. The anger she bore until just a moment ago has disappeared. She's at a loss for words, staring at her master.
その道が今までの自分が間違ってなかったって信じている。
With his bloody body, with his ragged breath, controlling his tears,
置き去りにしてきたもののためにも自分を曲げることなんてできない。
he's apologized to everything he has stepped on, but he still declares that he will not change his path. Her vision wavers. She cannot breathe right either. She knew of his past. As Emiyashiro has seen Saber's past, she has also seen his. That is why she thought he would nod. No, she thought he had to nod. She wanted to say that it was not his fault. If he could hear, she wanted to say that it is something Emiyashiro should be burdened with. That it is not. Whoops. But still, he denied it. No matter how painful the past, one cannot redo it. She almost collapses. Those words are too heavy for her. Making an oath and devoting everything you have to its accomplishment. She had felt that their ways were similar, but that was just conceit. Only she thought they were similar. They could not be similar. His mind is strong, and she, only able to deny his words, was wrong. Ooh.
自らの救いではなく、自らの願いを取ったか。
The priest lets go of the boy. He looks down at him in annoyance and walks past him as if he's lost all interest in him.
ではお前はどうだ、セイバー。小僧は聖杯などいらぬという。だがお前は違うのではないか。お前の目的は聖杯による世界の救済だ。よもや英霊であるお前まで小僧のようにエゴはかざすまい。
I feel like she might have been convinced. Her heart is shaken by his question, not that she has much time to decide, though. The priest says he will give the Holy Grail. He will give her the Holy Grail if she has a goal and a wish she wants granted.
それは
There's no reason to refuse. She fought for that alone. She became a servant for that reason alone. So, what Shira said does not matter to her. To obtain the Holy Grail, Saber...
では交換条件だ。セイバー。斧が目的のため、その手で自らのマスターを殺せ。
There's no
その
way.
暁には聖杯を与えよう。
Would she go that far? She would do anything. It is an unexpected proposal. She cannot understand it. It's not that she cannot understand his words, but such a choice has never existed for her.
どうした？迷うことはあるまい。今の小僧ならば、死んだということにも気がつかないうちに殺せるぞ。
So it's condemn, or to kill Shiro and get the Holy Grail and save the people in the past, potentially. Or to keep moving without the Holy Grail and never undo those incidents and let Shiro live. Yikes.
第一、もはや助からない命だ。ここでお前が引導を渡してやるのも情けではないかな。
The priest steps aside. Before her is the door leading to the underground cemetery and a collapsed figure. She walks as if drawn to it. She walks past the priest and enters the damp room. This room is hell. He writhed in this place, and he was shown his dark side, and yet he declined the priest's offer. She places her hands on her sword. At her feet is her master, breathing painfully. The end of a long journey. The Holy Grail she desired at the cost of her life will be granted just by swinging her sword down. After all, a master and the servant cooperate only until they obtain the Holy Grail, even if it ends here.
どうした？何をためらう？聖杯と引き換えなのだぞ。交換条件としては破格だと思うのだが。
The priest's words are true. It is strange to hesitate now, but still,
その道が今までの自分が
I think he
間
got to
違
her.
ってなかったって信じている。
I think he got to her. I guess we'll see though. Those words will not leave her.
私は
It is vexing, but she isn't like Shiro. She wants to redo everything. On that day, there was someone better suited to become king, someone else to pull out the sword. And that person must have been able to build a more peaceful country. That is her heart that holds her country dear. That is the doubt of the girl Arturia before she became a king. That mind. The mind she left behind on the day she drew the sword. Why did she not realize it before?
置き去りにしてきた者のためにも自分を曲げることは
That is her heart that holds her country dear. It is the mind of a girl before she became a king. But it is not the heart of the king. The only one the king believed in was herself. To deny that would be to deny everything she has taken away. Things lost will never return. Her master continued to appeal in his pain. His figure hurts her so much. What did she tell him? That she could not start a new life. She continued to refuse him, saying that she had a duty as the king. What duty is that? To resurrect the destroyed country? To choose a more appropriate king? Or does she only wish to make that destruction never have happened?
それは違う。
Yes, that is wrong. She was raised and lived as a king. There was no mistake. So, if the result was ruin, why could she not accept it? There are no regrets. If one can be proud of one's life, one should not wish for another chance.
そういうことなのですね。シロ。
Shiro's lamentations pierce her heart. He said that the tears would go away, that the pain would go away, that the heaviness in her heart would go away as well. That is salvation by elimination. But if everything were made to never have happened, what would happen to all the things taken away? She has taken away many things and killed many. To bear the pain and regret, it is the requiem. So if she wishes for another chance, it should be from this moment on, and not from the past. There you go. There is something she cannot do. She should not go back to the past to accomplish it, but rather, she must start to establish the wishes that never came true from this moment on. She is no longer a king, as she has lost her country. So her wish should be for herself, as he says. No, that is not something that should be wished for. It was her decision to become king. It was never painful for her, even if no one understood or accepted her. She believes that what she desired was something that she can be proud of, at the least. The girl pulled the sword out, believing so. That is the answer. Just like him, that is the only answer she can be proud of.
あ
She remembers the oath that she made a long time ago. Something she has kept to herself. She decided to fight, even if it meant losing everything and fighting everything.
あ、私が愚かだった。
The oath of the king to fight even in that condition. The king protected the country, but the country did not protect the king. That is all. The result was cruel, but if there is nothing to be ashamed of in the process.
求める必要などなかった。
She swore to accomplish her duties as king. Even if the result was her destruction, she fulfilled that oath until the very end. So, she does not need anything else. Yes, she did not want everything. From the beginning, there was only one thing she wanted. She lost many things to obtain it, but there was something she protected until the very end. With that in mind, let her end the dream that was never granted.
聖杯は欲しい。けれど、シロは殺せない。
Pointing her sword at her enemy, she says so from the bottom of her heart.
なんだと
She about to dice Kodamine?
わからぬかゲロウ。そのようなものより、私はシロが欲しいと言ったのだ。
That's why her role is already determined. To be his sword and shield. And so, she cannot hesitate any longer.
聖杯はいらぬというのかセイバー
聖杯が私を汚すものならばいらない。私が欲しかったものは、もうすべて揃っていたのだから。
Yes, everything was there. Hold on, I need water. Her pride as a knight and her oath as the king. Even the dream the girl Arturia wished for. I certainly heard those words. The confession of the girl who wished for the Holy Grail. She confessed that she no longer needs such a thing. Okay, so we're back to Shiro. Is he gonna realize he, convinced her, or...? Controlling my ragged breath, I call her name. Even though I can't see her, I can tell she's nearby. The pain is subsiding. I don't know if it's because she's near me, but the wound is starting to heal up.
立てますか、シロ。動けるのなら、私の手に触れてください。
I take her hand. My vision recovers. Energy starts to flow into my weak body. Man, I love this song. I don't remember song names, but this might be my favorite track in Fate. Is this Ever Present Feeling? I feel like that's the one I see name dropped the most. I don't know. It might not be, but I do know that this song is amazing. Easily, if not my favorite track in Fate, it's one of my favorite tracks.
Saber, これは。
はい。いかにゲイボルクの呪いといえど、今のシロには通じません。私のそばにいてくれれば、じき感知するでしょう。
Yeah, y'all are just OP, huh? Even the curse of Gaibolg won't be effective against him.
それより、今は。
Saber turns to look toward the underground temple. Beyond the door. At the exit of this room stands the last master, Kodomine Kirei, and Lancer.
そうか。
He observes us as if seeing us for the first time.
お前たちはつまらない。
Wow. Bro just wanted somebody to use the Holy Grail. He spits this out in an emotionless voice.
これではやはり聖杯は私が預かるしかないな。だがそうなると少々手荒い話になる。私の望みを叶えるのであれば聖杯は完全でなければならない。エミヤシロ。
I try to stand ready, but my body still won't move. Okay, so we are fighting now. I can barely stand by taking Saber's hand. I can't fight like this, and more than anything, I'll be a burden on Saber.
その心配は無用です、シロ。あなたはここにいてください。あのマスターとランサーは私一人で十分です。
She's got the utmost confidence in herself. I think she's earned it, but...
ほう、それは大きく出たな。これは逃げた方が賢明かな、ランサー。
Lancer doesn't respond. First of all, Kodomine doesn't sound like he's in danger. He's just saying he's scared of us.
コトミネと言いましたね。倒す前に聞いておきましょう。あなたの目的は何なのです。聖杯の選定役である身で何を望むというのですか。
さて、言ってしまえば娯楽のためだが、それほど急を要しているわけではなくてね。実を言うとな、セイバー。私も聖杯にはそう関心はないのだ。ただあれは私の趣味に合っている。私以外にふさわしい持ち主がいないのであれば、もらい受けてやるのが世のためだろう。
For the sake of the world.
ざれ言を。マスターを殺し、自らマスターになった男が何を。貴様は初めから聖杯を手にするつもりだったはずだ。
なに、ただの拾い物だよ。ランサーのマスターを始末したのは、外からの魔術師は何かと厄介だったからだ。聖杯がああいうものなのだと外部には知られたくないのでね。早めに退場してもらったのだが、せっかくのサーバントを消してしまうのもうまくない。
Murdered for a reason as small as that. Wow.
円滑に殺し合いを進めさせる手駒が入りようだったこともあり、少しばかりランサーのマスター権を拝借しただけだが。
And Kotomine became a master by killing Lancer's master?
そうか貴様が何者であるかはもう聞かない。だが先手役として責務を果たしてもらうぞ。今回の器、魂の杯はどこにある？
何？まさか知らずにかくまっていたというのか。
Yep, it's Ilya. He gasps in surprise, but only for an instant. After looking us over with pleasure, he snaps his fingers to bring in the last character. Gilgamesh, or... The two tense up. Hard footsteps descend from above.
さて、お前たちには不要だろうが、紹介ぐらいはしておこう。
Yep.
彼はアーチャーのサーバット。前回の聖杯戦争で私のパートナーだった英霊だよ。
The Golden Knight appears. It is Gilgamesh, the King of Heroes. The atmosphere changes immediately. Gilgamesh, appearing suddenly, crosses the temple and stands by Kotomine.
んで、これからどうするのだ、ことみね。このような場所で、しかも邪魔者を交えて決着をつけるのか。お前にしてはあまりいい演出とは言えないが。
それを言うな。私とて予想外なのだ。文句は後で聞いてやるから許せ。
なんだ。承知しているのならばいい。
So what? Are we about to get 2v1'd by Lancer and Gilgamesh? Or is Lancer gonna be like, oh, snap? Like, and then skedaddle out of here? Or join us? Or make it a 1v1v1? I don't know.
だが、そのヤヒな男はどうにかならんのか。あまり睨まれると殺してしまいそうになるぞ。
どういうことだ、ことみね。その男がお前のサーバントだと？
なあ、お前には説明していなかったな。彼は前回の私のサーバントだ。聖杯戦争が終結した後、彼は私に従い、私も彼がとどまるにふさわしい食事を用意することで、こうして協力関係になったというわけだ。
それがあのいけすかねえ部屋ってわけか。そりゃいいが、なぜ俺に黙っていた？
That's an excellent question.
言う必要があるとでも、それとも何か彼と共同戦線を張りたかったのか、お前は。
冗談。そんな野郎と手を組むなんざ死んでもお断りだ。
Now, there are three. Lancer is by the stairs, and Gilgamesh is standing in the temple. There's no way we can win. We can't even match Gilgamesh, and we can't even run away if Lancer's there as well.
ことみね。お前、奴のことは知らないって。
I do believe he was capping, sir.
人聞きが悪いな。私はこれでも神父だぞ。虚言など口にできぬよ。
Yeah, I probably didn't know about his actions. Just was like, hey, yo, just do what you want.
そんなことあるか。お前は確かに前回から残ったサーバントは放っておけないって。
I suppose he didn't.
ああ、私とて驚いたのだ。アーチャーには待機を命じていたというのに、指示を破ってお前たちを襲ったのだからな。
Ah, so he just did not expect that.
アーチャーを調べれば、いずれ私に突き当たるのは道理だ。故に、今後の対策を練らねばならなかった。
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened.
何一つとしてお前を測ってはいまい。
I'm pissed. That guy tricked me and I came straight to the enemy's base.
貴様がアーチャーのマスターだというのか。
You know, I might be pretty good at predicting plot twists, but man, did I not see any of this coming. I mean, like, I read the writing on the wall like an hour ago, this episode, but at no point in the past did I ever suspect that Kotomine was a master. Like, not even like a I didn't say anything because I didn't think there was any sufficient proof, so I didn't even bother type thing. Like, I'm not even going to try and say that. No, I literally had no clue this was coming. Wow.
そうだ。10年前の再現になったな、セイバー。
Yeah, I guess it is.
もっとも、 あの時私はすでにキリツグに倒され、最後の場面には立ち会えなかった。お前と顔を合わせるのはこれが2度目で、そして最後になる。
So Kiritsugu beat and nearly killed Kirei, or practically killed him, and what? He somehow lived, and that's the darkness that corrupted him that Shiro saw, right? That's my assumption, and that's how they managed to get the Holy Grail, even if Saber never properly beat Archer.
答えろ。アーチャーはなぜ残っている？あの火事はなぜ起きた？キリツグに倒されたというお前はなぜ今も生きている？
Saber is angry as there's hatred in her voice. A question long unanswered, as if asking about the crime of the disaster 10 years ago.
そのようなこと言うまでもなかろう。10年前、不完全ながらも聖杯は満ち、手に取ることが可能だった。私はそれに触れただけだ。キリツグとお前は強力だったのでな。分断させるための目くらましが欲しいと願ったのだが、あのような目くらましが起きるとは私も驚いた。
Okay, so wait, when he said he obtained it early, he wasn't lying. Or like, he obtained it without having the right. Hold on. Could that be...
では、あの火災は貴様が聖杯の力で起こしたものだというのか？
He wished for a diversion, and he got one.
さあな。思うのだが、私でなくても聖杯は同じことをしただろう。あれはそういうものだ。万能の杯というが、その中に満ちたものは血と闇と呪いでしかない。お前も見たのだろう。聖杯を破壊した折、そこから溢れ出した闇を。アーチャーはそれを浴びてしまっただけだ。お前が聖杯さえ壊さなければ、アーチャーとてこのように迷いはしなかっただろうよ。
So the Holy Grail, like, corrupted Gilgamesh? I would explain why, he went from chaotic good in his, as, like, his standing to what he is now, where I could definitely not call him chaotic good.
よまいごと。聖杯は持ち主の願いを叶える魔法の鎌だ。ならば、あの火災はお前の願望ではなかったのか？
結果だけはな。だがその過程は私が想像していたものとは違う。私はただ、あの土地から人がいなくなればいいと思っただけだ。
So, it wasn't that it deemed him unworthy. It was that he literally wished for that inadvertently. That's a be careful what you wish for type situation.
そもそも、お前たちは想像力が貧困だぞ。
Is it? I mean, maybe I'm misinterpreting. We'll see.
願いが叶う。それはいいが。では願いとはどうやって叶えるのだ？まさか願った瞬間に世界が変わるとでも思っていたのではあるまいな。元の聖杯はどうあれ。今の聖杯は力の渦に過ぎぬ。精密な計算、相互作用による矛盾の修正など論外だ。あれはな、ただ純粋な力に過ぎぬ。
So almost certainly we wouldn't have been able to do what we wanted with it anyways.
巨大な兵器と同じだ。持ち主が富を願えば、周囲の人間をことごとく殺害し、主人に幸福を与える。わかるか？あの底なしの魔力の釜はな、持ち主の願いを破壊という手段でしか叶えられぬ欠陥品なのだ。
So they all fought to obtain this thing, and it doesn't even work like anybody thought it did. It's like the monkey's
それでは
paw.
話が違う。
Things like the monkey's paw, bro.
万能の力。持ち主の望み通りに世界を変革するのが聖杯ではなかったのか？
違うものか。聖杯の手段は実に理にかなっている。人を生かすということは人を殺すということだろう。
Ooh, okay. So it's always going to be balanced. So, like, even if Shiro had wished to undo the fire, like another great tragedy would have occurred, or...
この世は全て等価交換によって成り立っている。その中で突出した出来事を望むのならば、何かを食いつぶして飛び上がるしかあるまい。調和など気にしていては願いなど叶わぬ。つまりは弱者からの略奪による変動だ。それこそが最も効率の良い変革だろう。
Oh, I bet you Saber wants nothing to do with that thing now. I can understand Saber's surprise. If Kodamine is telling the truth, this Holy Grail is far from the Holy Grail she wished for. A power that only grants the wish of its possessor. A usurper that grants the wish of its possessor at the cost of everything else. This is the true identity of the omnipotent power given to the master and the servant.
ならば聖杯というのは
持ち主以外のものを排除する。この上ない毒の壺だ。お前も見ればわかる。あれはな、際限のない呪いの塊だ。
Does that? Does that kind of explain Ilya? Maybe I'm way off base about Ilya being the vessel. It really seems like she's the vessel. Especially given that line right there. Poison vessel that eliminates everything but its possessor, right? Like, that fits Ilya. Just saying. I don't know. I might be insane on that bit, so I don't think I'm gonna lean too much into that. It seems possible, but that's one of the things where if I adamantly claim that for a really long time and then I'm wrong, I look like an idiot. Not that I care. Whatever. It feels like that is the case and would explain the magical energy that is building up within her, right? Or like the fever, right? Like, I feel like she is the vessel for the Holy Grail, and that's why she is at risk of death right now, it seems. As more and more people die, it gets more and more magical energy that Ilya cannot handle. It all adds up. But if I'm wrong, I'm going to sound really stupid. For being like, everyone's going to be like, wow, you thought Ilya was the vessel? Are you dumb?
そしてそれは私にとっても喜ばしい。
This man is a menace to society.
聖杯に触れるのは聖職者の夢だがね。人を殺すためだけの聖杯が存在し、ましてそれを扱えるなど、まさに天上の夢でも見ているかのようだ。
There is no way that thing did not corrupt him, right? Saying that, the priest laughs. It's not a polite laugh like before. A laugh from the bottom of his heart. A holy laugh without any evil. That laugh forces me to realize. This man is not human. I cannot let him have the Holy Grail over anyone.
ではお別れだ。ゴミを始末しろ。ランサーは小僧、アーチャーはセイバーだ。
Goodness, lots of talking, not enough water. The priest turns his back and goes up the stairs. The only ones left are me and the two servants. 3, but yeah. And Saber, standing as if to guard me, glaring at her enemies. Time passes. We have to defeat Lancer and Gilgamesh to escape outside. It's impossible to beat them. We have to do something and regroup, but...
シロ
Saber mutters while looking at the enemy.
無理を承知でいます。決して私のそばから離れないでください。
Yeah, okay. She grasps my hand firmly. That tells me she's ready.
わかった。意地でもついていくから、俺のことは気にかけるなよ。
I have no clue what the plan is here. I nod to her. I can barely walk right now. Saber and I both know that. With that in mind, Saber has told me she will break through this. So what can I do but nod?
はい。 信頼しています。
She replies in a small voice.
いざ
Letting go of my hand, Saber runs to the temple. The two figures react to her movement. Only Saber and I are surprised. What happened? Lancer's lance that should have attacked me goes for Gilgamesh. Let's go! I called that this would either turn into a 2v1 or a 1v1v1. Like, I don't think Lancer, he does not get down with Gilgamesh, bro. Let's go. Okay. I don't know if he's on our side or if he is just like, you know what? Everyone dies now. Gilgamesh's longsword repels Lancer's lance as if expecting it.
悪いな、手元が狂った。
そうか。随分と軽い槍なのだな、貴様のそれは。
What? The two separate without any sign of hostility.
言っておくが、貴様の標的はあの雑種だ。セイバーは俺に任されたものだと覚えているか？
ああ、それね。悪いが気が変わった。令状で命令されたわけじゃねえしな。俺は降ろさせてもらうぜ。
I don't know what Lancer's game is here, but I'll take it. Saying so, Lancer faces Gilgamesh as if protecting us.
ランサー、あなたは。
くだらねえことなら口にするなよ。別に貴様に肩入れしているわけじゃねえ。俺は俺の心情に肩入れしてるだけなんだからよ。
I mean, his status was lawful neutral, so it's not that surprising that he might be like, okay, this is too far. Lancer points his lance at Gilgamesh. He really intends to let us go.
まあ、いい加減我慢の限界でもあったしな。ここまで舐められて、おいそれと命令を聞くほどよくできた人間じゃねえってことだ。
ほう。では契約を切るということか。聖杯は目の前だというのに、貴様はこのまま消えても構わないのか。
That's bold, Lancer. There's no way he matches up to Gilgamesh, so.
てめえと一緒にするな。元よりな、俺は二度目の聖なんぞに興味はない。いや、英雄なんて連中はな、どいつもこいつもそんなものに興味はねえんだよ。
Ooh.
俺たちはこの世に固執してるんじゃない。果たせなかった未練に固執するのみだ。
He's not wrong.
まあ、てめえみてえに欲の皮が突っ張った怨霊にはわからないだろうがな。
Okay. Okay, Lancer. I respect it. I respect that.
なるほど。死に際が鮮やかだった男は言うことが違う。この裏切りも英雄の誇りとやらに沿ったものか。
So are we just gonna let, like, Lancer probably die? Or are we gonna press this opportunity and counterattack?
まったく。斧が信念を貫くのは厳しいな、ランサー。
Well, he said Lancer. The air behind him distorts. Weapons appear in empty space.
ランサー、あれはあらゆる宝具の原型を持つもの。我らの中で最も古い歴史を持つ英雄王です。いくらあなたでも1対1では。
そうかよ。なるほど。道理で偉そうなわけだ。やりたい放題やって国を滅ぼしたって野郎だからな。そりゃ少年が腐ってる。
Man, this guy does not like Gilgamesh.
ランサー、強がりを言っている場合では。
いいからさっさと失せろ。助言なんざしやがって何様のつもりだ。かばった程度で仲間意識持ちやがって。
That's actually fair.
たく、これだから育ちのいい騎士様ってな気に食わねえ。
Lancer urges Saber to run. Saber hangs her head for a second.
ご分を。この恩は必ず。
Taking my hand, she runs to the stairs.
しまった。逃がしてしまったか。
Gilgamesh just watches us go, not trying to follow us. Why?
なんだ、セーバーはてめえの獲物じゃなかったのかよ。
He probably wants to utterly annihilate us.
いや、実はな、 俺もこのような決着は好みではなかったのだ。貴様がやらなければ俺が同じことをしていただろう。
Well, at least they agree. We go up the stairs. She's worried about me, so we aren't going up that fast. Ignoring our slow pace, the confrontation underground escalates without limit. Their murderous intent continues to grow.
どういうことだそりゃ。てめえもセイバーを逃がすつもりだったのか。
当然だろう。俺にセイバーを殺す気はない。あれは俺のものだ。
Yeah. You are a Hall of Fame menace to society. You and Kirei pair quite well.
だが聖杯を呼ぶためにはそういうわけにもいかん。儀式の完成にはあと一人サーバントに死んでもらわなければならぬからな。
Whoops. 1,000 swords appear. The Golden Knight grins. That's why he was able to block Lancer's surprise attack. Lancer wasn't the only one trying to launch a surprise attack on his ally.
初めからそのつもりかよ。てめえ。
言ったであろう。貴様がしなければ俺がそうするつもりだったと。褒めてやるぞ空風林。これは俺にとって理想の展開だ。
The distance between the two decreases. Before I see them clash, we leave that place. I don't think there's any doubt who's winning there. Rip. Yep. Also, Kotomine Kirei. I did not expect Kotomine to be perhaps the big villain, essentially. Wow. Let's probably get back home and then we'll call it. I stop. My body tells me I'm at my limit.
シロ、ここで休みましょう。これ以上はあなたの体が持たない。
Are we still in the church's boundaries?
そうだな。悔しいけど、これじゃセイバーに迷惑をかける一方だ。
I move away from Saber and sit down on the grass. The wound on my chest is still there. It stopped bleeding, but the hole is still there.
気持ち悪い。
Even though the pain is gone, I have a hole in my body. Just looking at it makes me sick, and I wonder why I'm alive like this.
シロ、傷を見せてください。
Saber crouches and looks into my chest. It's a bit embarrassing.
いや、いいけど。
He's just staring at the hole in your body.
では失礼します。少し痛みます
What are you
が、
about to do?
耐えてください。
Saber's finger runs across my chest. Then, I don't know why, but she places my hand over my wound and digs into it. Is it to, like, somehow spur on his healing? Like, my body jumps. Saber's hand mercilessly digs into me, and
何？
she's digging into me with her bare hands. It should hurt. It should hurt, but there's no pain. Rather, pain seems to disappear around the places Saber touches. How?
終わりました、シロ。
あ
鞘に魔力を補充しましたから、半日もすれば傷は癒えるでしょう。
So what, he was just out of magical energy and needed some? To heal? Taking her hand off my chest, Saber looks relieved.
サヤ？
I don't understand at all.
セイバー、サヤってなんだ？前もそんなことを言ってた気がするけど、もしかしてそのサヤってお前のサヤのことか
Saber's sheath. The sheath of the sword Excalibur. The sheath of her sword is not invisible air. In the legend, the sheath of Excalibur was a noble phantasm that makes its possessor immortal. But she shouldn't have that. King Arthur died in the Battle of Camlin because that sheath was lost. Saber shouldn't have the sheath right now.
はい。私の鞘はあなたの体の中にあります。それを確信したのが昨夜というのは私の落ち度でしたが。
Wait, what is inside your body? Like, it's literally in there? I thought that was just a metaphor.
俺の体の中に。バカな。そんな突拍子もない話が。
そうでしょうか。思えば簡単なことだったのです。
Yeah, had an artifact.
シロは私を召喚した。今までそれを偶然だと考えたことが愚かでした。
I mean, having the artifact helps. But does this mean there is literally a sheath in his body, or is this somehow like a magical energy thing?
英霊を呼ぶには英霊にゆかりがあるシンボルがなければならない。マスターとしての知識もなく、魔術師としても未熟だったシロが私を呼ぶには、それを補ってあまりある接点がなければならない。それが私の鞘、失われたエクスカリバーの鞘だったのです。
いや、それはそうかもしれないけど、だからなんだってそんなものが俺の中にあるんだ。
それはおそらくキリツグが行ったことでしょう。
How the heck did he do that?
前回の戦いでエミやキリツグはエクスカリバーの鞘を触媒にして私を召喚した。聖剣の鞘は持ち主の傷を癒す宝具です。キリツグはそれを私に返すより自身が持っていた方が有利と判断したのでしょう。
Oh, when they said they found an artifact, it was that one. I don't know how we didn't hear that it was that artifact, but like how we had not known that already, but
私には治癒能力があるし死ににくい。それより死にやすいマスターが鞘を持つ方が戦いには勝ち残れる。
okay, that makes sense.
じゃあ親父も今の俺と同じような状態で戦いを勝ち残ったってわけか。
おそらくは。そして戦いが終わり、私が消えた後、キリツグは焼け跡の中をさまよい、死にかけている子供を見つけた。キリツグには治療の力はありませんでしたし、あったところで手の施しようがなかったのでしょう。
What, he somehow transplanted the power of the sheath?
だからその子供を助ける手段は彼には一つしかなかったと思うのです。
I unconsciously placed my hand on my chest. On that day, 10 years ago, I accepted death looking up at the sky. My whole body was burned. Maybe it really was burned to ashes. Kiritsuga found a kid barely alive. He had to rely on what he had on hand. The sheath of the holy sword that protects the life of its possessor. He must have saved that dying life by implanting the sheath.
じゃあ本当に？
はい。分解され原型をとどめてはいませんが、確かにシローの中には鞘があります。それがあなたの治癒能力の源です。
けど俺一度死にかけたぞ。学校でランサーに刺されて、それで。
But you did die once. That's right. Someone saved me at that time. When I came to, there was no one there and all I found was a rock. I took the rock home because I thought it was something important. But is it still in my house right now?
それは私と契約する前の話でしょう。
It would be because Saber wasn't there, yeah.
鞘は私の宝具です。私が限界し魔力を注がなければ宝具としての能力を発揮しない。シローは私というサーバー、まあ多少は魔力さえ注げば持ち主の命を保護するでしょう。ですがそれも微弱なものです。死にかけた人間を救うには鞘そのものと同化させるしかなかったはずです。
So I don't understand like the physical form of the sheath. Like it's not literally just a giant sheath in his body, right? Like is it just like some kind of like I don't know, smaller artifact at this point? Or
そうか。そのすまんセイバー、お前の鞘をこんなことで使っちまって。
何を言うのです。シローは私のマスターなのですから、私のものを使うのは当然ではないですか。それにシローがそうなのだと知って私は嬉しかった。何も守れなかった私でも、
yeah,
あ
more
なた
than
の
once.
命を救えていたのですから。
Quite a few times. Also, I just gotta say, I love that sprite. of her smiling properly. Her smile is so brilliant that I have to look away. See, I knew Shiro would agree.
シロ、傷が痛むのですか？
Nope.
いや、そうじゃない。いいんだ、気にしないでくれ。セイバーは何も悪くない。
I don't think that's what she was thinking. I had my blushing face and shut my mouth. There's no pain if I don't speak, but this is really awkward. I wonder how long we've been like this. Just as I start to calm down, Saber quietly says,
キリツグは正しかった。彼は私を裏切ってなどいなかったのですね。
"Oh." She says so as if regretting her past.
セイバ
Hey, what?
あの聖
Let's
杯
get
は
another.
私の求めるものではなかった。いいえ、元より聖杯など必要ではなかったのです。キリツグはそれに気がついていたのでしょう。
Sounds more like Hiratsugu protected her. Her murmurs sound more like a confession. Saber apologizes to a person she cannot apologize to anymore. And she looks at me to part with the wish she held for so long. She doesn't say anything. My heart understands just by being beside her. What is this? Arturia sought the Holy Grail. A lonely king who needed to believe that ruin was avoidable with the Holy Grail. If. A girl who wished for what would happen if she could redo the selection.
ー、セイバー、それは。
分かっていました。やり直しなんてできないのだと。私はそれを知りながら必死に自身を偽り続けてきたのです。
But this is the end. The long battle will finally end.
ありがとう、シロ。あなたのおかげでようやく取るべき道が分かりました。ええ。あの聖杯もこの私もあり得てはいけない夢だったのです。
I feel like Shiro isn't going to be very happy about that. She murmurs that she would still like to be forgiven. It was a mistaken wish, days that were not to be wished for, but the weakness was just a passing dream a girl saw. What should I feel listening to her? Saber's answer is beautiful. A decision full of dignity and purity, just like her. She is proud of her past and has accepted the end that awaits her. And now, Saber has decided to follow her oath until the very end. She doesn't even need to tell me what that means. She will not hesitate any longer. And I find that beautiful. A dark night. From the moment I was captivated by her figure in the moonlight, I've loved her. So, regardless of what awaits ahead, there's only one thing to be done.
セイバー、聖杯を壊そう。
I say so, throwing aside my attachment and my selfishness.
はい。あなたならそう決断すると信じていました。マスター。
Saber nods in response. I can't smile back at her. It takes all I have to suppress my heart, telling me I don't want this. But still, there will surely become a day when I can be proud of being trusted like this. I get up. Now that I've decided, there's no time to rest. It's clear what must be done, and the enemy is clear as well. There's no time to stop. Today, we will end this long battle before tomorrow comes. Oh, we're not going home? Uh-oh. We're ending it here. There's no way. Oh, we are going home. Okay. Perfect time to end. Okay. Bookmark. Okay, let us go ahead and save. Okay, so what an episode, man. Absolutely insane. I feel like I've said that for every episode the past, 5 episodes, but whatever. Right, this game is just insane. Okay, so like I said, at no point did I ever suspect Kodamine being one of the, big bads, right? He has 2 servants who have tried to kill us. 2! That is absurd. He's the master of Gilgamesh and of Lancer. And oh, man. The way he kept Gilgamesh alive is one of the most brutal things I think I've ever seen in a game. Perhaps it is the most brutal. I don't know that many things are much more horrifying than that. Right? Awful. Awful, awful. And the fact that that could have been Shiro? Even more awful, man. Goodness. And then of course you have the fact that Shiro decided not to use the Holy Grail to undo it all when offered, which turned out to be the absolute correct decision because of what we now know about the Holy Grail. And Saber then made the same decision, right? Because of him. And then they learned about the truth of the Holy Grail. I think that it is like an equal exchange thing that destroys everything to grant the wish. Right? It doesn't just happen. So they were very much correct to not wish upon that thing. And they managed to get away for now, but goodness. I mean, it looks like Lancer has got to be done for. There's no way he even does anything to Gilgamesh, honestly. Like, I don't think he can do literally anything. Probably not even put a dent in his armor, even with the power of Guy Bolg. He's toast. Rip Lancer. But we managed to get away, and we kind of had that heart-to-heart with Saber. We've learned that she's moved past what happened before. Like in her past, and she doesn't believe that that is like the right course anymore. We also learned, of course, that Shiro has the sheath of Excalibur. That's kind of a big deal. Not something that was really mentioned. Another big thing is this right here. Kiritsugu was correct. He did not betray me. Right? I don't know what that means. Does that mean he was protecting her from the Holy Grail? Did he know from the start what it really was and wanted to destroy it? I don't know. I don't know. Kiritsugu is very interesting to me. I gotta be honest. Very interesting. Just in general, the more we learn about him, the more intrigued I am. But, oh goodness. And they both made up their mind to destroy the Holy Grail, and obviously that's where we are now. Absolutely absurd episode, packed to the brim with content. Absolutely no way I could even try to split that. Like, we just got a 3-hour video. Like, take it or leave it. And I think you guys are going to take it, because this episode was amazing. I really, really enjoyed this. I did not expect that. A lot of things this episode, right? I figured eventually we would convince Saber, right? To, like, get rid of her wish. But I did not expect Kotomine as a master. I did not expect that is what happened to the orphans. I did not expect that Archer was, or, Gilgamesh was Kotomine's servant from the last Holy Grail War, which makes sense now that I think about it. I should have realized that. I did not expect Lancer to also be his servant. I did not expect, like, the dark power of the Holy Grail. Like, there was just so much in this episode. It was just bomb after bomb after bomb. Absolutely insane. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode half as much as I did. Because I loved this episode. Enjoyed every single minute of it. As always, next episode should be out within a few days. And, well, I guess I hope to see you guys there. Peace.